Joe Rogan stuff.
Oh shit.
I'll listen to.
We're live.
I'll listen to the Herd.
We're live right now.
Yeah, we live, bro.
We live. You ready?
Fucking live, man.
Yeah.
No headset.
Yeah, Dallas, you need to be like up there. Or
Yeah,
some
you gotta
shit,
get.
bro.
You gotta get in this bitch.
Trev, we're gonna have to share a mic.
Everybody sharing mics, dude. Wait till we get like the arms with some legit mics up in here. That'd be fucking clutch.
Fuck.
Yo, look, if you have not seen the
Mind the
Joaquin
shot?
Phoenix teaser for the Joker,
Mind the shot.
please do.
Alright, do you get one of your
Why is it?
Hairs, dude, they're flying everywhere right now. So everybody.
It's disgusting.
That wasn't bad though. Wildberry.
No, it's dang.
Alright, fuck it.
The limes are.
Oh, limes are
I feel like
definitely
lime's like a classic
a
flavor for
trademark, a
any
fucking staple.
alcoholic
It's a
drink.
staple.
Alright, first things first on the Breaker Box. Appreciate 2K followers on Instagram. We growing.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
like
lit.
it.
It's pretty
It's lit as fuck.
You guys have
Y'all
2K?
gonna have to.
Yeah, we got 2K.
Yeah, you're gonna have to point that right there.
Did we put a post out about us doing this podcast tonight? Have we posted about
yeah,
it?
I just posted about it.
Posted, dude.
So-
Posted up. Posted
Dude, what is
up.
this? This is like podcast number
Seven.
seven.
Yeah, 7.
Good stuff, man.
We got TJ Wiley as a guest on.
The Trev dog.
He works in electronics, kind of. Not really. Sales, kind of.
Hey, if you need cable,
Fiber
not like
optics.
not cable as in like DirecTV fucking cable.
Yeah, I'm not hooking up. I'm not running any wires. Sorry.
Yeah. Whatever.
He's your guy.
Damn,
We're
dude.
not.
Also,
y'all,
sorry we missed it. We did miss the podcast last week, but I did not want to do it.
It's okay.
Sunday, man.
Everybody needed a break.
Like I couldn't do it. We took a Joe Rogan vacation, so we didn't go into the woods and kill an animal.
A rocation.
Rocation.
okay.
Yeah.
Rocation,
I always see
rocation.
people. I saw people posting to people
Rocation.
like I literally Googled is Joe Rogan on vacation because people were just fucking having withdrawals from his podcast.
Yeah, Joe Rogan on vacation. It's just picture of him shooting an elk.
He's had a bunch of health nuts on there in like his past couple ones.
Yo,
like
he had
paleo people and
the-
keto people.
Is keto good? Podcast? But that's today. I think that was today.
Mm-hmm.
And make
But
sure
that one
our
dude was just
sound's
like
on this
too
time.
high. He was too high intensity. I couldn't really watch it like that. He's kind of like argumentative. I just like
Dude,
couldn't
his.
really
I
get
know
into it.
you're not big into like the MMA podcast.
Dude, I watch them all now.
But okay, so the one with TJ Dillashaw that he had the other
Which
week,
was dope.
dude. TJ Dillashaw is one of my
Dude, the
favorite
one with
fighters
Cowboy
now.
Cerrone was an awesome one. Did you watch that one where he was talking about the cave diving story?
Mhm.
That is the most intense story I've heard in a long
Dude,
time.
Cerrone's lit, man. That's
Yo,
just a
Theo
badass.
Vaughn's last podcast was fucking sick. The one that was like "You Are Not Alone." That one was dope.
I think I started watching. I don't think I
There was
finished
this
it, though.
guy. He was talking about how his brother died, and he has a bunch of people calling in, just like, "Yo, man, we're thinking about you," all this shit. And he goes into this huge thing where he's like, I feel like everybody from doing this podcast, like, I feel like everybody is like alone in this life. But at least we're not like alone together. Like everybody's kind of lost, and he was like, "It's cool as fuck, like how I've created this community."
It's
And,
almost like
everybody's,
everyone
like,
is.
tight as
It's almost
fuck.
like everyone is alone together
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, he's like he says crazy like how like depressed and like alone I feel and shit and like lost in life, but then I have people call in. I have this community of people that just like genuinely love each other, like care about each other. It's like we're all lost together.
Yeah.
It makes it like more hopeful kind of. But it was like that was like the end of the podcast, and it was dope as fuck.
Cut that fan off.
I've always kind of loved how interactive he is with his fans, but he's also at the point too where he's like he's not getting 10,000 emails a fucking day,
Yeah.
so it's like
The,
it's manageable enough to like be in
Yeah,
touch. with your fans.
the whole call in aspect he has is
I think it's cool.
yeah, it's cool as fuck, and it kind of fuels his podcast too. Like if
It fills
we
a lot of fucking time.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it does. It gives them a lot to talk about too. Stanking up in the house, let's get it, baby.
Stankins up in here.
We getting dubs.
Did you label this as number 6?
No, I need to do that.
I thought it was labeled. It was.
Turn the volume down, dude.
Or update
I'm
it
pretty sure
right
it says live, but it says 6.
Yo, is Fitzwater up in here?
Sometimes
She
you gotta
goes-
update the title a couple
She
times.
said
for it to
douse
go.
that snout.
That snout?
It's a Theo Vaughn. It's what he was talking about
Oh, come on.
with was it like Brendan Schwab?
Schaub?
come
Schwab.
on.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub.
I've been saying that shit all the time. He got me on there. He's like, "Oh, come on."
Come out.
He's funny as fuck. Though. I always feel weird in my cubicle. Like I'll be sitting there and
Just start
like I just
laughing.
laugh. Yeah, and I can see people like kind of turn back and like lean back and look, see what I'm doing.
I'm watching the funniest man on the planet right now. Do you watch his podcast? You don't just listen to him. You
Oh,
watch
yeah.
him on YouTube.
Oh, I get videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always have like a screen of me doing CAD work.
He doesn't do it live though.
No, it's not. It's not live, is it?
No,
No, you can
it's
see the
because
edits.
it's always like a recap of like it's like a recap of his weekend. Or
Did you see when he was like talking about like a hot girl has like eyes or like laser beams and it's like the view of the camera keeps changing, like choo 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 choo, and like the view changes, like the perspective every time. Dude, it's so fucking funny.
That's
I was
funny.
laughing my ass off.
I didn't see that.
Look
That
at
was
fucking
funny as shit,
Stank.
bro.
Stank is back in this mix.
Yeah,
Just
stanky support.
Damn, there's no way this shit is dead.
I'd like to take this time right now to tell you if you go up to the top right corner, press the heart button, hit a follow. It'll really help us out.
Smash it.
Don't be like stinking and take 20 minutes to figure it out. It's not that hard. You just hit the fucking heart button and then you follow. It's
How do you do
super
it?
fucking easy. You just hit the heart button at the top. It's
How?
pretty simple.
Dude,
You
do we
just tap
It's
it.
just a heart.
You just tap it. It's a
do
whole
we
heart.
have
You tap
do
it,
we have the
you
layout
follow
where
it.
it
If you
makes
tap
the
it twice,
sound
you
effect when people
unfollow.
do
I'm
it?
always tapping hard.
The what?
Heart
You know
tap.
how we made
I'm a
that
heart
thing
tapper.
on
Yeah,
on the
that's what I'm trying to do.
program where when people hit the like that it comes up and like we have like
Yeah,
not-
we still have
the
overlay.
followers?
For some
Yeah.
reason, the chat was fucking up to where it wouldn't come up. Who is that? Who is that?
Is that?
Who is that?
This girl that I hooked up with at a conference at work.
Oh, that's
Conference.
her. Dude, that girl is so stupid. I hate it. Just like some
so
talk shit
dumb.
like that. She's really dumb. He was like sending snaps to our group, and he was like, I don't know if you were trying to take pictures, but he was taking a video, and she was like posing. She was like moving like this, and he was like, yeah, like that, and she just kept like, I was like, dude,
Work
this
it,
girl
work it.
is a fucking, she's a bag of rocks.
Oh yeah, complete bag.
I don't like them. See
Don't
it?
click.
Oh,
screen.
fuck.
you! Damn, dude.
No, I saw it. I saw it.
It slid on. I was trying to just
the
slide.
paste
it.
face.
It's fucking slick over
Said,
there.
Stinking, it's like I'm there with you.
Oh, that's what it says. Not the only.
Dude,
kind
I've tried to get
that's
Stankin to
funny.
come
Hey,
on. I've tried to get
there you
Stankin to
go.
come on, and he won't come on.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike's Master Splinter, dude. He works in the shadows.
He is, man. He's a fucking shadow.
Yes, bro.
I gave myself
a
at
shadow.
work. I gave myself the self-proclaimed nickname as Shadow, because all I've done the past month is like shadow all the other engineers. So it's like I just sit behind them and I just like breathe in their neck. Like,
Yo, did you really? Was that road you named Fitzwater?
yeah,
or
it's seriously
whatever?
named
That's legit?
Fitzwater. Yeah, she actually has a road name after her
we
now.
need to just start naming all the roads around here.
Oh, dude, I want to start. I feel I probably shouldn't say it on here, but I want to start charging people $100 fucking dollars.
Extortion.
But it's
right there,
dude, it's
dude.
like I think I said it to you. Like some municipalities, though, you can't have like your like names like that as like a road name. So it's like you can't say like Jake Lane or whatever the fuck you want
That'd
to
be
say.
a fucking
Like,
stupid road.
but it's like a lot of developments. They'll be like, there's a theme. Like we named a lane like a road Cooter Lane.
Dude,
Because it was, like, turtle
I
themed.
know. I
We got a
noticed
call.
that.
We got a call from that too. 'cause
I
they were
noticed
like,
that because we have like residential accounts, and when I go on, like it'll be a certain neighborhood, like Cove,
Dude, I was-
something like
Well, yeah.
Pecan Cove, and
Yeah.
you go in the
Hazelnut.
yeah,
Exactly,
yeah, and then the
exactly,
road name will
exactly.
be like Hazelnut.
So
or
they
something.
basically will
I always
give you.
wondered.
They'll give you like the
Walnut
last.
Court.
Ooh, I didn't know. I didn't know we
Court.
had that type of fucking power.
Nuts
Like
Court.
I'm not gonna lie, it
Yeah,
kind of went to my
that's
fucking
crazy.
head when I first got it. I was like, damn, like
Yeah.
I'm
naming
like
road.
somebody's gonna be
Like,
somebody's gonna be
let's go,
living
dude.
on that road.
That's
Somebody's
what I'm
gonna be
saying.
living on
Dude,
that road.
Oh,
Imagine-
Snickle Fritz Way,
Dude, imagine living on Cooter Lane. We got a call for
Girl.
that. They accepted it, but we got a call because and it was a woman who called and she was like,
Oh, so somebody filters all these like.
no,
You
not
have to-
necessarily. I mean,
well,
they
like
get
the
approved.
neighborhood.
They get approved,
Yeah.
and it's like, but ultimately, it's what we usually say is what
she
the
chose
fuck
to be
it is.
offended.
Dick
Yeah.
Johnson.
Well,
Court.
she called and she was like, do y'all know like the Urban Dictionary
would say
meaning
no.
of this? And we're like, what? No, what do you mean?
It's a
Absolutely-
turtle.
Yeah, it's a turtle.
I
It's
would've
like
said no, you need to
chose
find
because there's
one.
like tortoise, whatever.
Oh
You know what I
my
mean? Like shit like that. And
God.
but it's I mean now
If I was working that job, I'd be thinking about how many times is this street sign gonna get stolen?
Dude, I saw.
for sure.
Somebody's stealing.
I
Cooter
kind of want to
Lane,
name a
bro.
street after me, but
Somebody's stealing Cooter
I can't
Lane.
fucking do that because it
Red
would be too
Bud's
obvious.
Way.
That would be pretty.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude, I
street.
kind of thought of a street name. I was gonna be like, I want to kill myself Boulevard, like hang myself, fucking circle.
slit my wrist.
Suicide
Nah,
bro.
you need to do the
Suicide
street stuff
Street.
like Sugandi.
Wouldn't that be a hell of a development thing? Like,
Yo, you
it's
should
like
do
out-
like a
dude.
Ligma drive or some shit.
Ligma
like
That would be
drive.
that would
Just
actually
something
be,
super discreet.
Yo, that would be actually a really good one that no one would catch on to.
Yeah.
None of these people like looking.
She'll be like,
no,
she'll be like,
stop.
what's Ligma? Be like, oh, it's Greek.
Sock on.
It's
Yeah.
Greek.
It's Greek. It's Greek. It's something that derives from the Sugandese language.
Like I would like to do like Mike's now. I like to do like a stankin'
Sugandese nuts,
circle.
bitch.
Maharinik circle.
I would do what is it like Bend Over Lane or something like that, but I feel like that one's kind of played out where it's like
It's
everyone
like
knows
Mike
about
Hunt.
it. Yeah, like Mike Hunt.
Yo, we gotta stray
Sagan
away.
Maharinik.
I feel like we gotta stray away from sexual shit on this podcast because the
Last time we
was
got a
just
little
so
dark.
overboard.
It was
Dude,
dark.
I
Well, it's
was
because we were
like-
drinking the Celsius, and then about an hour in, we started talking about.
arts.
It was the dark
It was
arts.
a lot of
Took
dark pussy,
turn,
is what it
bro.
sounded like. Honestly,
That was where it went, dude.
I gotta get another one too. Before we
Damn.
get into it.
Headphones
Seltzy?
off.
Yeah,
I got him. I got him right here. I got him.
I got him. Travis thinking.
Put him by my feet.
Trev
Are those
dog ahead of the
Trulies?
game.
Dude.
Dude, Trulies I think are my least favorite.
See,
you had
I
the
thought
mixed berry?
so, but the mixed berry one's
Yeah.
good. That was
The-
good.
Put that in your mouth.
I've had them. I've had them.
Put that in your mouth, dude.
Put that in your face right now. Oh, God,
It's more
fire
like
in it.
I think it's more
My asshole was hurting.
I don't know, dude. Something about the consistency of these. Or
White claws are
something.
nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I always fucking hated on them when they first became a thing because I was like, all right, you're a douche. I
What,
guess we
seltzers?
drink it. But I kind of like them.
Dude, the problem is
I
I,
feel
saw
weird for
so many
liking
girls
them,
drinking them, and I was like, oh, it's a chick thing.
That's what I'm saying.
and
That's
then I
how
had
thought.
like four, and I
I
was
wanna
like,
show- I wanna show
yeah, it's kind of bum.
Replay it. You
Hold on.
Why would you take a snap? Just replay that.
no. Don't do that.
No. Say
Nah, she probably.
All right, let's not be fucking snapping other people who aren't doing it.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
We already had a discussion about
say MG.
No.
Because Boyd
name's
was
Rachel.
fucking straight phoning.
Oh my god.
Boyd was straight phoning the entire time. I thought he was trying to phone a friend like a hotline.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
who
I
wants to
thought
be
it
a
was-
millionaire?
Yo, let me get your asshole.
We're on the nudes count though.
You got a crab claw, that dude.
All right, so what kind of topics we got today? Simulation.
All right, so
AI.
basically, we're living in a fucking simulation. We're gonna talk about AI, and we're gonna talk about lifespan longevity increasing. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I've kind of gone down the fucking rabbit hole.
That
and
one.
watching a lot of
That
stuff.
one interests me.
Dude, I think
What,
that's a
our
really cool
lifespan?
fucking topic that people don't
No, I'm
really
talking
think
about
about.
lifespan because I think by the end of our life, I think that our generation, we're probably gonna die around like 80, 90.
Dude, I think we live to be
I
100,
think we're gonna be
120,
100.
man.
I think we're gonna live to be 100.
I don't see that.
Dude, all right, so like a lot of the things that like a lot of futurists have been talking about is that like it gets to a point where every 10 years your lifespan increases more than 10 years because of the way that tech increases in that time. So it gets to the point where you have that instance where you can transcend past it.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
and technology is increasing at an exponential.
Dude, think about this, man. So like we're all in
rate.
our mid 20s right now. So like in 30 years, tech and healthcare. So we'll be in our 50s. Okay, so that's about the age where you have like health benefits. So we be what 55, I guess 54.
Dude,
so
you-
we're at the age where you start having crazy health problems where they're really going to come unless like outside of like a crazy accident you have. What happens in 30 years? Dude?
Mike goes, I give you 40 max.
Listen,
Damn.
I got fucking 6 months left in me
Yeah.
if something doesn't change immediately.
Dude, I think about this all the time. So say we get to the point at when we're like 80 years old and they've developed tech to where we can stay alive forever, but we're still stuck in our 80-year-old bodies. It's just like at that point, it's like, fuck, like,
I don't
do
think
I just even keep
I don't
going?
think
I have
that-
to stay in this 80-year-old body?
I
Like,
don't think
fuck
that we'll
Buy a new
live
one.
forever.
No, your body won't live forever. It'll be a wait. Like
Yeah,
buy a new one.
exactly.
I feel like you can only put your body for so long until it gets to the point where you like would merge or whatever on
Yeah.
some level and be more. But I think that
Yeah,
there's I think there's like organically wise, there's probably a cap at some level in like in the mid hundreds maybe. Like I think that by the time we're 50, I think that it won't be out of the norm to live past 100 years old. Just because the way, dude, imagine in 30 years what it can go with. Like they can already fucking print organs out, use your fucking DNA, and then grow that DNA into that organ, and then so it wouldn't be like, oh, you're looking for an organ donor anymore. It's like it's your
we're just
fucking.
gonna make your organ.
It's
Dude,
you
I-
can make an
yeah.
organ out of your own shit.
You
Dude,
already
I
can do
think
that.
once we
That's
get,
what I'm saying. And
once
in
we get
30
to that
years,
point,
like that's
also once we
like-
get to that point, nobody talks about
Still
this
be
either,
ugly as
but
shit, though.
population
Yeah,
control
sure.
is gonna have to become a thing at that
Be ugly
point.
as shit.
Yeah, but I've also read
like
too that you can fit everybody in the entire world in, was it like New Zealand or in like fucking Greenland or something like that. Everyone in the world can fit in that one. Like people want to speak like, oh, like the world is just so fucking overly populated.
No,
It's
we're so
not,
far away
though.
from overpopulating.
It's just it's so
It's more-
concentrated
but-
in certain areas. There's so
Yeah,
much of the
you're
world
right.
that's not like.
I thought about that.
It's more.
too.
It's more like your food.
Especially
source
when you're
that-
flying.
that'll
Especially
run
when
out.
you're flying, you look at the ground. You're like, look how
Yeah,
much
and you
fucking
start-
land
It
is.
is.
Yeah,
out
It's
it's
there.
not
the
bad. It's not that
the,
bad.
the thing with
We just
population
eat
is
fish,
not
yeah.
that like you just can't.
I mean, I'm
It's
down
more
with
of like a
that.
resource type thing. But by that point, they already do it now. Like
But just-
I think that like farming animals will probably gonna go its way. I think that it'll be like meat that's grown in a factory that you could get like a fillet at a restaurant that doesn't come from a cow but that was grown.
They already do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's
Yeah,
already
that is
in
a
the.
thing.
That's
That is
already
a
something
thing.
that's coming along. Like what in 30 years? Like
No.
so you can still eat the meat
Not
and
about
it'll still be the same thing. I would do it.
I mean, I'll probably
Dude,
eat it
in
for,
that
like,
time,
gross.
in that time, you wouldn't be able to fucking tell.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to
Mike
fucking
is
tell.
cracking me up because chemtrails turn the frogs gay.
Who
Alex
was it?
Jones.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, yeah.
Haley goes, do you think the government will find a way to withhold cures to disease?
They already probably do
Yeah.
that.
I think they do now,
they'd
but
find a
you
way.
I think
can't-
AIDS is cured. Most
I-
cancers are.
Dude, I think that
curable.
you can only stop progress for so long. Like, there's obviously gonna be pushback. There's
Yeah.
pushback now, but it gets to a point where that is just irrelevant because tech comes so fucking far
Yeah.
that you can only push back so much before you just can't fucking do it anymore.
Wait for the right people to get into power positions.
It's like
And
what
then you'll start
Elon was
seeing
saying
change.
with the 10-year rule. It's just like to take drastic change like that, it usually takes about a decade.
Dude, think about
for
10
stuff
years,
like
10
that to
years ago
happen,
from
you know?
now, like where we're at now. Like think 30 years when we're in our 50s, like what healthcare is like as far as like surgeons and shit like that, I feel like a lot of surgery will be probably automated.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dude, like I was all right, so like the level of what is it? The fucking level of error for like a actual surgeon, it's like I think it's like 5 millimeters that they have. For like a machine, it's like in the 100th of a millimeter. Like as
Yeah.
far as exactness, like that shit's coming. Like you're gonna go there and get like a fucking crazy surgery, and it'll all be
the only thing that they
Oh.
like factor in as far as like machines doing surgery and things like that is like not just like human error, but just like the human element. If something goes wrong, being able to act on it and react to it. Whereas that machine's going to be programmed to do that one thing. You would have to program it to be able to react to different.
Well, I
different
think at that
problems
point
happen.
you would have it would go through it would be so advanced as far as
Haley
tech wise.
says,
It would have
or do
that.
you think the government will stop people from having children? Which will happen first?
I don't think
Between
it'll
that,
happen.
or do you
I
think
don't
the
think that's
government will
gonna
find
happen.
a way to?
Have you never
You
talked?
don't
Do,
stop
you know that
that.
a lot of people have said too. A lot of
People don't
scientists
stop
have said over time that
What?
they think now. So like population is increasing a lot just because what we have. But in developed countries, like all right, so in undeveloped countries you have a crazy increase in like birth rates, population.
Yeah.
But as the country becomes more developed, you see it decline. In the same way now, people have kids later. They don't have as
Decline?
many kids. Yeah, like that rate in declines. Like back 50
It
years ago,
declines.
everybody had no hey from to flat.
No, he plateaued.
I mean,
You mean a
dude,
plateau.
everybody's grandparents had fucking 10 brothers and sisters. People have 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah, yeah.
It changes, like as especially with birth control becoming as fucking as prevalent as it is now too. Like that changes. Like you don't get to see crazy population growth, and as you develop, that's just going to naturally change. And because especially because the situations in the world change too with it.
Yeah, and then
That's
you have
true.
like outbreaks and shit, like my
Suck on.
Did you say like mono,
Sock on.
be like a crazy mono outbreak? Is everybody just fucking?
Second
Suck on the Harry D.
It's crazy, dude.
I think it'd be sick though, man. I think we ultimately all could live to be over 100. And I think 100 being 120 then would be in the same way being like 60 years old.
See, I think 100 is the baseline.
That's
for,
right.
like,
Dude, if
for,
you
like,
think
our
about it,
country. I
there's just
really do
so
think 100
there's
is
just
the
so
baseline.
many options of what could wipe our population out. It's just a matter of when is one of those going to happen. Because you just hear about a different thing.
Like, but
every
what
day.
what are you on what scale?
Dude, you
like,
could go on and on.
Disease, asteroid, nuclear war.
Nuclear war, water depletion, or because a lot of people, a huge topic these days is water and like the purity of water and stuff. We don't realize it because we're in America and we still have pure water, but that's a huge
Okay,
deal.
well,
in
Dude,
a
but
lot
think
of
about
places.
desalination.
Because
Think about
and-
taking ocean water and then
Dude,
making it
another
drinkable
me and
water.
my mom were
That's
talking
not-
about this for hours the other day. Is a huge thing now. and it's not prevalent mainstream media because everybody wants to keep the whole birth control thing going. Like it's kind of like feminists are pro birth control. I mean, a lot of people are pro birth control.
I mean, everybody's
but
birth control.
but basically yeah. So basically, girls that are on birth control when they and my mom's like talked to doctors about this too, which is why like a lot of people in healthcare now they'll do like what my company does. They'll buy like water from private companies that have like done reverse osmosis and filter their water a lot because water that comes out of a lot of places now it basically like when girls urinate or whatever and they're taking birth control, it emits hormones into our water system, and like our water that's coming out, especially tap water. I mean, tap water is like, everybody knows tap water is not good for you, but it's really hard to get those hormones out of water and stuff like that. And that's just one example of stuff that's in water.
But I feel like there's so many other things too, like even like desalination with ocean water. So like we do that now. Like especially if it comes down to like I watched the video the other day. It's like, do you know there's like subterranean lakes and rivers in Antarctica under the ice?
Yeah.
There's more fresh water in Antarctica than there is in the entire world that's under the fucking ice that you just don't even really see like that.
Yeah.
Like they can see now, they have like elevation lasers.
Dude,
that will see areas of the
there's
ice
more
that changes
water.
shape 'cause it's
There's
floating
more
on-
water
Don't talk
under
about
us
the
right
ice
now
one,
than we think is down there. I mean, like companies like landscaping companies. There's like sub companies of landscaping companies, and basically what they do. I mean, like companies that go and drill wells for people, and I mean, I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but a majority of properties that you go to, you're gonna dig down to some point, and it doesn't even have to be that deep. But there's rivers and stuff that run under.
It's
Fort
not
Mill,
no,
everywhere.
it's just,
everywhere.
You're just
There's
running into
so
like
much.
you're running into natural wells underneath the ground. That's what you're
but
doing.
there's a lot. There's there's a lot more than the
There's
common
more water
person
under the
would
ground
think.
than there is in lakes.
A lot
and
more
rivers
than the
and
common.
streams.
Yeah, a lot more
just have
than
to
the
go
common
deep
people
enough.
would think.
Like if
Yeah,
you
it's
ever notice,
crazy.
whenever
It's
you
actually
if you just go dig a hole, the deeper you dig, the more moist the ground actually.
Yeah.
is.
Well, it's the water table, so like
water.
it varies in time to time. So you can go from 10 feet, you can go 30 feet, you can go 100 feet down. You'll hit the water table at some point.
Yeah, Mike is cracking me up. He goes, tap water equals water for the lower class.
I mean, at this point, think about how popular.
Yeah. So Mike puts
Brita
in his Brita
filters and
filter,
shit.
and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm high
I know.
class up in
That's what
here."
I'm saying. Like,
My name's
I
Mike
know.
Cast, and I got a Brita.
I can just see Mike in the kitchen with a Brita. He's like, I'm good.
Oh, he's got
Yeah,
the
he
fucking
does. Dude, he Britas it up, man.
Yeah. Smoking a bowl.
wrong with
He's like, I'm so clean,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm up here now.
Dude, it's weird too because my
Mike
grand.
look at you like peasants.
It's weird too because my grandparents are on well water, and like that. Even growing up on Dewey's Bridge, like we've always been
But
on
well water is
Mike
the
with
thing
a
is,
Brita
well water
cup,
is
he's
better
like,
than
fuck.
like city
Yo,
water.
dude,
Well water is so much better than
It's
city
because it
water.
has all the minerals that they take out when they process water. So like you get a lot of shit that's not bad for you, but it's as far as like good clean water, it's still.
What he said.
It's a Brita with the reverse osmosis.
Mike doesn't even know osmosis is.
Mike has no clue.
Oh, buddy.
Master Splinter.
Dude, I honestly,
Mission
out of like all of our friends and shit, whenever we're playing Xbox with Mike and shit, I could definitely see Mike being like a great streamer.
Yeah, Mike.
People would love Mike's stream, dude.
He just doesn't
No,
like
Mike.
being-
Mike sits here like this.
and he couldn't ever
His
stream because
underwear.
he's just basically nude as
Nah,
fuck.
but when we're
Every time
joking,
he's
yeah,
playing.
sure.
Dude, when we're
Shirt
joking on
off.
Xbox, Mike is always cracking me
No,
the
Mike's
fuck up.
funny, but Mike literally, like, if you sit and watch him play,
I can see Mike sitting on like a yoga ball.
I could definitely see Mike.
Mike sitting on like a yoga ball, ass naked.
no, one of the funnest times playing like any video game was when Mike and I used to play Halo, and we only would play Griff Ball. We would get
Nah,
on,
bro, nothing
No, no,
beats
no.
when we used to play Smash at Greymont.
No,
Those were the best
no.
days,
But I
dude.
said one of. When Mike and I would get on Halo, and the only Halo 4, and the only thing we would play is Griff Ball. We
I
would play
played
anything
Grip Ball
else.
with y'all a couple
Dude,
times.
Jake, Mike and I got so good. We wouldn't even we would go kill everybody, pick up the ball. Mike, I would run to the other side of the field and just stand there, and Mike would wait till the whole team chases them and then throw the ball to me.
Dude, Griff
We'd
Ball was
catch
so
passes and
RNG,
score.
dude. Griff Ball was so RNG.
No, dude, you just had to know the distance. Once
Yeah,
you figured out the
exactly,
distance
though.
between when you had to swing, you were money. We would murk people.
You know what I love too?
We would team kill our
Griff Ball
teammates
was
till they
fun as
left
shit,
the
though.
game, and then it was 2v4.
What was the
and win.
one? It was the. I'm pretty sure they changed it where it was like. It was the mode where you basically are either like
Infection?
You're infection, where it's like everybody's got. What was it? Energy swords.
Yeah.
And it's like we would go and play, and all we'd fucking do is just fucking suicide our teammates. Like we wouldn't even try to kill anybody. We'd just kill our own fucking teammates.
Dude,
the
Halo
entire time.
2 was the shit with Infected. I
Dude,
remember,
Halo 2 might be one of my favorite video games ever.
Dude,
And I never
dude,
personally
I-
owned it.
Dude, I play video games more than I probably did in middle school and shit. But I met more people when I was playing Halo 2 than any other fucking game, because you would get in like lobbies and shit, and they would just invite you to a lobby with like
50
over
people,
yeah,
like, here, but,
exactly.
yo, we're gonna play,
you go
Infected.
play infected games with like hundreds of random people. It was crazy as fuck.
I didn't even
Because
own the
custom
game. I
lobbies
just
were
played
such a
with
big
people.
thing in Halo 2.
I would go to
you know?
I would go to people's houses and just play Halo 2.
Yeah.
Do they still do proximity chat in Fortnite?
There
They never had
was.
proximity
It
chat.
was
They
only
talked.
on
They
PUBG.
talked about bringing it, but like I don't think.
I
they
think
did.
that would be kind of sick.
No, in H1Z1 it was dope, but the problem is you had so many trolls that would just drop curse words on 5-year-olds. Like you got people dropping an M-bomb on a 5-year-old. Mommy, what's that mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
for
just would
Fortnite,
like-
Fortnite's more of a
Yeah,
kids game than
it
those
is,
games
it
were.
is.
So if you
They
bring
cater
that
to kids
in,
a
if you
lot,
bring that
man.
in, you're gonna have
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
it's
of
really
toxicity.
fucked. It's really
I mean, I would like to sneak up on somebody and hit the fucking Jaws theme song as you're coming
No,
up. Like,
don't get me wrong. I would love to have proximity chat and then play like the Michael Myers like theme song or Jason theme as I'm like approaching a house
That'd be
just to
kinda
freak
cool.
people out.
Dude, I think I was talking about this with Mike the other day. Is like, what if you just, because Mike's in tech and shit. I was like, yo, Mike, you know how to create video games? And he was like, nah, bro. I was like, yo, think about this. What if we knew how to create video games and we just recreated Fortnite the way everybody wants it to be?
Yeah.
And just like everything off brand, like Tomato Man was Orange Man, like Tomato Town was like Orange Town, like
Yeah, but wouldn't it just
Lazy
be a
Links
bunch of
was just
fucking
like-
weapons that are strong as fuck? Everybody be walking around with double pumps, just fucking everybody.
See, no, but here's the thing.
It's-
Dude, double pumping was a skill.
Yeah,
It
it's
wasn't
skill,
like
dude, it's
like that was the
skill.
problem is they're trying to make the game so
That's why
even and
everybody
equal
loves
for
the grappler now,
everybody.
because the grappler
like,
takes
it's
skill
not
and
it's
shit.
it's a skill and they're
Yeah.
taking everything that required skill out of it. Using an impulse correctly was skill. Using bounce pad correctly was
Damn,
skill.
I still fuck
They
with
took
the
that
impulse
stuff
grenade.
out.
I think
Impulse grenades are great. They
still
took them
fuck.
out. Now they got shockwaves. Like, oh, we're being blocked right now by Dawson. But they've tried to make it so like
Memory card.
so friendly for the casual gamer that your people like hardcore gamers or people that are going to dissect the game and find these little like nuances that other people can't figure out how to do certain
The
things.
memory cards are
like double pumping. And they're gonna say, "Oh, well, that's unfair because not everybody knows how to do that. We should take it out of the game." No, just leave it in the game because that was when the game was balanced. If you want to do anything, yeah, maybe weaken the shotgun a little bit. But
Well, everybody was talking about the pump tag, keeping that the meta.
dude, yeah.
What? So you can pump and then go to
But
attack?
the thing,
Yeah,
but
'cause
the
tap
thing
is
was,
only
is they took
2
out
power.
double pumping because they made like the animation, and then you know what everybody did? Heavy pump heavy, or they did double heavies.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, that's not
Double
that's still
heavy is
it's a skill. Like you choose to do that because that's taking up a slot of I could have a sniper rifle there, I could have heals there, I could have an AR there. Like you're losing something, you're giving up something to do it. I'd run double pump and I wouldn't run a sniper rifle.
Haley says, "Who's the kid in the white t-shirt?"
Oh, that's
TJ.
that's T Raw. It's on his shirt.
It's our friend Taylor.
Damn, I didn't even notice the raw on the t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, it's
Raw.
Trent's.
That's Trenton's.
Is that like a Fort Mill shirt or something?
No, it's G Star Raw.
What the fuck?
G Star, like brand G Star.
Yeah, I went into the Wendy's in Fort Mill the other day, and there's like I guess photo shots of just like a football player for like played at Fort Mill High. He's like just him right here, so he's like immortalized in fucking Wendy's in Fort Mill.
Dude.
He's like 30 years old
Dude,
coming
when we
in.
go
Like, "What's
when we
up?"
go play pickup at Nation Ford, all those swimmers, Stewart's still on the wall. And
Is he
shit.
really?
Yeah, like everybody.
good.
Well,
I'm
they're,
happy
they're
it's
gonna
still
have
there.
everyone that was like within the first.
When we
like,
won the conference championship, my picture is still up in the
Really?
like,
Oh,
That's
dude,
kinda
yeah,
sick.
my picture,
up there.
my
I
picture's
did.
in the varsity football, first
Yeah.
varsity football team.
It's,
I'm in that photo, yeah.
Fort Mill is all the
our
same
like
shit.
conference
Pictures of them
championship
is-
trophy, and then there's like a picture of our team next to it.
Dude, my granddad's got
Like,
trophies
still
in
in a
Fort Mill High.
showcase.
Really?
Like baseball
surprised.
trophies.
Yeah, that's
He
cool.
ain't got his picture though.
No, he's got his name on like 4 trophies in there.
Yeah, I saw on the internet the other day is they were like renovating this McDonald's, and there was like a huge wall with nothing on it, and this guy went in there, and I guess he was like good at graphic design or something, but he literally, him and his friend like set up this photo shoot. It was like a
Oh, no, I
McDonald's
saw
photo
it, and they
shoot,
put a
and they were
post-
both
yeah.
like this or whatever with like a Happy Meal, and they like stuck. It was like a sticky paper, and they put it on the wall, and they said it's been hanging there for like months. It's just
it's been there for like
they
they did it like 6 months ago. They just put it up in there,
It's
and
pretty
they've
sick.
never taken it down. Because it looks like a McDonald's.
It's fucking it looks exactly like it. Like they got the emblem perfect in the corner and everything. It looks
Dude,
perfect.
I saw that on Twitter. It was
How fucking funny would that be? Every time you walk in McDonald's, you're like, "Yo, that's
what I'm
fucking
saying,
you,
man.
dude."
Like you're immortalized.
That's
right
genius, dude. That's so fucking.
Oh, you know
genius.
how we were sending memes in that one chat like last week?
There. Yeah.
I've been pulling all my memes off Reddit. I've been on I haven't been on Reddit like this much in a long
You
time.
ever go on subreddit?
No,
for
I didn't know he
memes?
had one.
Yeah,
I
It's
mean,
like
I
the
know
number-
he's
it's-
basically like the meme god, but like
Yeah,
didn't know he had
it's
one.
like it's one of the number one pages on Reddit.
Do you
Or
watch
not
his like
number,
do
it's
you
in
watch
the
his
top
like
100.
meme review videos or whatever he does?
Yeah. They're funny as fuck.
What's up with the moth lamp thing?
Dude.
Moth lamp?
It's annoying as fuck.
Dude,
Actually. It's not even funny.
Dude, that's the thing with the meme community though, is they'll pick something like, you remember the Etruscan
Tuscan Raider.
No, the Etruscan pig. It was like a clay. It was like a clay.
Yeah, I know. What you're talking
It's just like something weird like that, and they just keep it going. They just keep it going. And
Just like what Thanos, the Thanos truck. Or
Yeah, like Thanos
car.
car.
Thanos
Thanos
car.
car. It's stuff like that. It's funny because it's not funny, and it keeps going.
It's
on
going to
and on.
Thanos
That's
also.
that's what it is.
Did you guys
My favorite ones are the so it used to be Musically or whatever. You know how people
Yeah.
it's the song and people like
Yeah,
dance to it or whatever, and it's so cringy.
Yeah.
But Musically they like ran out of business or something, so now it's TikTok is the new
Yes,
app.
yes,
Dude,
yes.
those it's so not funny and cringy that it is fucking hilarious.
Do you
to
see
me.
the one?
I love that shit.
It was on
dude.
that
It's
meme
so fucking
account.
funny.
It was like the kid, and he like wears like it's almost like circus attire, and he like acts out fucking voiceovers. I guess because it's all voiceover, right? Like the people that are doing it, it's like not their
Yeah.
actual voice doing it.
Yeah.
It's lip sync.
Yeah.
Yes, and dude, I'm not gonna lie, I watched it.
And you
It's
can,
so
like,
cringy,
videos
but I
sync
fucking
it
kept
to it.
watching it.
Oh, dude,
like,
you can't.
You know what I
can't.
mean? Like it's like in my mind, I'm like, damn, this kid's.
Did you
fucking
ever the Ugandan Knuckles thing when that was popular? Did you ever see that?
Yeah, well, oh,
Dude.
the that was the virtual reality.
It was VR chat, dude.
Do you know the way?
I
That
didn't
guy,
know
that
about
guy.
it. My little cousin told me, and then I went down a rabbit hole of it. I learned the entire origin of that,
Yeah.
how that came about. They grew to. They went from like.
What
three
was
people-
it? It was like a little. It was like a little.
You ever seen Knuckles from Sonic? It was
Yeah,
Knuckles
it was like a
from
little
Sonic, shrunk
retarded,
down,
like
stretched out,
hedgehog or
looking
something.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they walked around talking in a like Ugandan accent
Yeah.
to be funny. Walked up to every girl they found in VR chat. My queen, you are my queen. Do you know the way?
Yeah.
I will follow you.
yeah.
Oh, my
And that
queen.
was a huge.
And then they would
meme.
run. They would find other Knuckles, and then they just start clicking. Like,
The funniest one to me is after it was a dead meme, and I hadn't seen it in a while, but there was a virtual reality. These guys were in a virtual reality like chat thing, and they were like passing around a virtual blunt, and this guy was like, "Yo, pass it to me," and he was wearing a night suit, and he like flipped up the Knights thing, and it was the Ugandan Knuckles guy in there, and he was like, "Thanks, brother," and they all just
My
started
Brutus.
fucking cracking
My
up.
Brutus.
That one was funny.
no,
as
dude,
fuck.
that meme went so far. They had like a virtual wedding where they married like the king of the Ugandan Knuckles to their virtual queen. They had like big giant ceremony on this. They had
Dude,
an
meme culture
island.
is fucking
They had an
crazy,
island
dude.
in this virtual world with a giant Ugandan Knuckles statue, 2 plaques to the creators who got banned from VR chat for like for however many months. When they came back and they came back to the Ugandan Knuckles thing, they were like, we did not intend for it to go this far. They had like over like
Dude,
1,000
everything
people
in the
there,
meme
just like
community is taken.
Dude, it's
way
a thing
out of
now
fucking
where people will act
proportion,
like they're
dude.
smoking blunts, and it's those little fucking cookies, you know, the long ones that are like brown. So they're like, yo, and they'll just like eat the fuck out of it, like they're just like chewing a blunt up in their mouth. It's fucking funny though.
Dude, it's
Not
crazy when social media was on the rise and shit. You never would have thought memes and shit. My whole fucking Instagram page is just memes.
No one knew that social media was going to take the turn that it is, because the internet is just like, I feel like when they made the internet, it's like, oh, it's going to bring everybody together, and like
No,
it's
the internet
become
is
just
one
like this
big
bunch
roller
of trolls.
coaster, dude.
Everybody just telling
Yeah.
everybody to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Fucking die. Like,
Yeah,
like that's everyone's first instinct. Like if someone
can you
pisses you off,
still
like
can you
fucking
still
kill
can
yourself.
you still
That's
tell
what
people that,
Rogan
though?
talks about now.
I
Is
guess
it's
you
all
can.
it's all what it is just desensitized interaction is what it is, and that's what
Yeah,
the
but
product
now it's
of it
getting
is, just people-
sensitized and
But I guess you
censored.
can't. Like,
Yeah, you
dude,
can't.
I had on that fake Twitter account that I had. It was like the fucking crypto account. I just kept telling people they were fucking idiots.
What, Crypto Batman?
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, it was Crypto Batman. So check him out. He's on Twitter. I don't know if he's still there because he's fucking banned. He would like say something dumb, like, oh, it's like KYS, and like I remember getting like a mess. But I was stupid too because I had my fucking like the email that I had on the account was like my personal email, so it was not even like it was anonymous as fuck. Like it was pretty clear it was fucking me. They looked into it. That's fucking good shit, dude.
I don't know why you wouldn't make a Crypto Batman email for your Crypto Batman account.
Dude, I didn't think of it. I didn't think I was gonna tell people to kill themselves all the fucking time on fucking Twitter. That was stupid.
It's like
It's
a.
not
I've
your
grown.
fault.
I've grown from that.
It's like that
not your fault.
South Park troll
It's their
episode.
fault.
It's their
It's
fault.
fucking
ever seen
their
that?
fault.
Their fault that they made you say that.
Exactly.
They choose to be offended.
Everybody's fucking offended now, by everything.
No, they
But
It's
they're
the-
really
it's a
not.
choice.
But they're really not.
No,
they're
it's
just
the
brain
age of
fucked.
being
They're
offended.
just brain.
Me and my dad were talking about that at dinner tonight. I forget what we were talking about before, but we started getting on the fact of my dad was talking. He was like, you know what really pisses me off is how on social media now he's like, every time you get on, you just see something that's a cause. It's a cause for something.
Well, everybody
And
wants
people
to
just
stand for
blast it out of proportion, but they
Yes.
don't even really care about it. They just care about looking like they stand for.
Dude,
a
I feel like
cause.
that's a fucking problem, especially in our generation, is that no one genuinely gives a fuck.
Or
They
knows
just want to
enough.
say they stand for
Or is
something.
educated enough. To
Yes,
understand.
dude. So it's like they just want to sit there and like scream from the top of their lungs, like I care about something that everyone doesn't fucking
I'm
care
with
about.
this.
It's,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
and
like
bullshit.
it's like Coney.
It's exactly,
Remember
dude.
what Coney was?
Oh
Dude.
my, dude, wasn't that like a big scam too? Like, wasn't
Oh,
like a
and-
lot?
yeah, huge
yeah,
scam.
and
That dude
everyone.
ended up taking all everybody's donations, then go get shit faced and run around.
You know that
naked
the Black
somewhere.
Lives Matter account, like the Black Lives Matter account, like the one with the most followers on Facebook, that like gets the most like donations and shit, is ran by just a white guy in Australia.
Is it really?
And he's a millionaire.
Oh, dude, he
What
filled
a
the
G.
fucking niche, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like,
What a
but he's a
what's it?
genius.
Michael Moore, the producer.
He's such a
Yeah.
You know, he's an
douchebag.
idiot. He's a fucking moron. But he was like posting about it and shit. So like after he posted a link to that page, it received like millions and
Yeah, you
millions
gotta
of
talk into
followers.
the mic a little bit.
It received like millions and millions of followers, and
Crazy,
it
man.
received like an influx of money. And this dude's just fucking living like a king in Australia.
Dude,
Dude,
I'd be
I
getting
feel like
fucking
you gotta
trashed.
respect
I would be
that
doing
dude's
whatever the fuck
play
I'm
right
saying.
there, though.
And
Dude,
what's
100%,
crazy?
he's got
about-
it.
He's
Right.
the troll of all fucking trolls.
That's what I'm
Gotta
saying.
Dude,
respect
and
that
what's
player.
crazy, which is a segue, by the way, is on an individual level, these causes that you see, that on an individual level, it's everybody wants to talk about being so positive and shit nowadays. On an individual level, it's not like you ever see a cause for this like individual that has like cancer and everybody's rallying behind this one person. On an individual level, it's always putting this one person down. You know what I'm saying?
Jake,
like Kavanaugh and
definitely
shit. It's
Jake
always
on an
it's-
individual level, Dawson.
That
I'm all about individuality.
like getting behind a cause to like
Yeah.
Dude, what is it? Facebook now
Shit
does
on
a thing
some-
like-
on your birthday. You can choose
like
to
on a-
donate
on
to
a-
a cause that you
No,
want.
on a widespread cause, everybody will get behind it on a positive backing, but it's like they don't
I'm
even
gonna
care.
I'm gonna do.
But
my
on an
birthday, donate to
individual,
Breaker
it's
Box.
all about on an individual scale. Everybody will put one person down. You rarely see somebody.
Yeah,
lifting
you
one
you
person
you
up,
gang
you know?
up and
It's fucked.
and become
It's so
peaceful to gang up on one person.
fucked. Mhm.
why don't one of us run for office and then we'll just try to get everyone to get behind us.
Yeah.
and,
And we'll
and boost us.
we'll
Like remember
Work
that
the
kid,
system.
for example, remember that kid that was crying, talking about how they were bullying, and people were starting to rally behind that one kid, and then you just saw this massive cause come in because
And
there was a
hate
rebel flag in one of his pictures or something, and there was this massive cause that came through and just swept it under the rug because they started calling him a racist, and they started bringing this like racist cause
You
into
can't call
it,
like
you
a
know what I'm
6-year-old kid a racist.
Well, it was his
sorry.
mom. It was his mom. that they
Yeah, I
were
get that, but like
going
that kid
into
can't choose his parents. He can't choose where he's from, where his upbringing. Like, he
Yeah.
can't choose that.
Yeah, but it's just
Now, when he
shit like
becomes
that.
a
You see
full-fledged
shit like that
functioning
all the
adult
time,
and he's still
dude.
acting like an idiot, like yeah, but
It's like everybody is.
that's like.
so
Did you ever see that video of the kid on the bus that got punched in the face?
positive. Not even
Like he was just sitting.
positive.
The kid was just
Fuck.
sitting down on the bus, and there was these. It was like had to be in middle school, and these people were recording it, or these other kids are recording it, and this black kid and this white kid, and this black kid just like telling the kid stand up, do something, and the kid's just sitting there like being quiet, not saying anything.
Mhm.
Straight up knocks the dude in the face, and then the kid just got like this stare like on his face, looking at him. Didn't even retaliate or anything, but it got recorded. And like that's the point we're at in society where people would rather, instead of stepping in and saying something, like, and it starts with like adults, instead of stepping in and saying something,
Well, dude, kids
or
are going
doing
to
anything,
bully. Kids
they
are
would,
going
they,
to
yeah,
bully.
but they would rather
All these
just
people-
videotape it and then post it on social media, and then just say like, oh, I gotta get views, I gotta get clicks, I gotta get
Bullying
links.
is gonna
Like,
keep happening,
Yeah.
and people act like they care about bullying, but we're not. It's not like we're creating programs worldwide and and instituting them inside schools. We're just telling people, oh, don't bully, don't bully. People
You're
are
telling
going
people
to
not to bully.
People
Yeah,
are
you're,
going to
You're
bully.
telling people not to bully.
I think
but
we should bully more.
kids-
But that video was
I think
shared like a
everybody's too
million
soft.
times.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody says soft, bully more.
What if
talk
everyone was
less.
just bullied so that we were all just equally
That's what I'm
bullied?
saying. So it's like if everyone's as fucked up as the next person, we're all even.
But you don't
We
see,
all gotta deal
you don't
with
see
it.
us implementing programs in elementary schools for kids that are being bullied to where they can like group
But
up and have some sense of community. It's
but the
just,
thing is,
it's
Jake,
just people being
you're-
like, oh, don't bully. Like if you're gonna do this, don't bully.
See, but I feel like
It's not just,
fucking
but
happen.
the,
It's going to
I
fucking
don't
happen,
think
dude.
you can try to like in a school setting. You don't want to promote bullying. You're not ever going to promote bullying. You're
I mean-
going to try to prevent it. But like when those kids get on the bus, you can't like things are going to happen. When those kids get off the bus, things are going to happen. Like
Yeah.
my
I mean-
thing is, we're at a point in society where at the higher levels, like and with adults, we have to take a step back and look at how we do things because we're more inclined to, oh, I got to film this because this is going to get a bunch of views. A bunch of people are going to like this Instagram video if I post this dude getting fucked up. Like,
I
instead
kinda
of,
would be
yo,
s-
I probably should step in and do something. I probably
Yeah.
should stop that beatdown from happening. I probably should stop her from making a fool of herself. Like, instead of doing all that, we're just like, yo, I'm going to
Like when we were at
videotape this, get
tailgate and you
clips.
see kids do backflips off trucks, you just let them do it.
Oh,
Well, that dude,
I would never
that's
stop.
no.
But like,
that's
I'm
different.
always like, dude,
I'm talking
always,
more
like,
lines like
fucking
like
do
if
it.
you see like three guys gang up on someone trying to beat someone up.
Yeah.
Like instead of stepping in and trying to like know the situation.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of
we're
happy.
more inclined to video.
I'm kind of happy that schools don't have groups for kids that just get bullied.
No,
Because
I'm
then
dead
what?
serious.
Like now we have school shooters. What do you have a gang of school shooters?
Yeah,
like,
like-
you know what I mean, like you just gave them a
like,
group of
I'm
crazy
sorry, like that.
motherfuckers
You
that
gotta
fuck
think
with
that
them.
thing's gonna evolve.
That's
and come.
kinda
Like that'll
scary.
come. Like
It's crazy.
I don't want to say
Dude,
that.
what's the
but-
next step though? Like, so you have school shooters. Like, is there a step after that where it's like a gang of fucking school shooters come in?
I don't
Like,
this
that's
might be fucked up to say, but I'm just gonna say it.
fucking say
Like they don't have enough friends to have
a gang of
school
fucking bullies. It is. Because I mean, I feel like that the kids. What was it? Was it Columbine?
Bro, I
was
will
it Columbine?
say-
Where it was like
Columbine was
multiple
two guys.
people.
It was two guys.
Dude,
With a
I
hand.
will say it. I will say it over time and time again, and might even be more fucked up than what Trevor is. School shooters or any people that are mass killing there is not enough of a consequence to going out and doing something like that.
Honestly, I think you should just kill them.
Dude,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I think
What do you mean? There's not like they don't.
as
The
fucked
pro-
up
dude,
as it
the
is, I
problem-
think somebody that does something like that to get national attention, if you want your fucking national attention, publicly fucking
Jake,
torture.
No,
them.
Yeah, I know.
But no. But
like-
here's the problem.
No, that's what they want.
no.
Put them on Times Square
Thank
and
you.
stone them.
No,
No,
but that's
that-
what
they-
they want.
that's what
They
they
want
want.
recognition.
They should get
The
no
me-
recognition.
The media
you shouldn't
treats
say their name.
the
You shouldn't
media is
put
a
their
scoreboard.
picture up. Yeah.
the media is a scoreboard
That
for
is
them.
true.
You
That's
shouldn't-
the
you shouldn't
number.
glorify
But at
You-
the same
you
time, don't
shouldn't-
these people cry their eyes out when they get sentenced to life?
No,
like
fuck
they're
that.
still
Fuck them.
pussies.
No,
like they don't
fuck
want the
them.
consequence.
No,
Like,
here's my thing. You should like that like if the Nicholas Cruz, for example, because he's like the latest school shooter, I guess, or like the latest
Did
big
y'all
one.
watch what I told you about on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, no.
It's
so
weird.
they took
It's just
they
weird to
took
watch that
his
shit.
Him and the fucking
Him and his brother,
yeah,
and
his
he
brother's
does his
cringy as
confession.
fuck. It's so fake.
no. But my thing is they took
I
his.
didn't think that was cringy. I thought you thought that was fake.
Dude,
Regardless,
his brother
fuck
doesn't sound
him, he's
genuine
gonna
at
rot
all.
in jail.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, fuck him, he's
fucking
gonna rot in
Dude,
jail.
put
Piece of
yourself
shit.
in that guy's position though. You would be
His
like,
brother.
Yeah, you don't like.
You would
but
be
he's
like
telling
a-
him that he loved his brother and shit, dude. If you're a fucking human, like, I mean, obviously it's his brother. Like, that's one thing.
You're
but,
gonna love him, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like, no, you fucked up. Like,
Yeah,
he's got to
dude.
pay the
Well,
consequences.
that's what he was saying the whole time. He was like, "You really
But
fucked up."
back
this
to
time,
back to my point. Instead of taking and broadcasting, oh, it was Nicholas Cruz that did it. He killed X amount of people. He
Haley
wounded
wants
this
to
amount
know,
of people.
did y'all get bullied in school?
Like, we'll answer that later. Instead of posting all that, like, just say there was a shooting. Don't disclose there were people injured. Don't disclose the number, because when you disclose the number, like, it's like, all right, the next guy who's thinking about
try
it, it's
to
like,
up that.
I have to beat that.
You listen to
I
Ben,
have to
you listen to
beat
Ben
that.
Shapiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talks about how like they shouldn't, like he himself won't glorify, like,
You
on his
shouldn't
podcast,
like
he
the
won't say
fact
his
that
name.
the media publicizes
Yeah,
it, and
that's what they want.
it's almost glorifying.
Well,
I don't have a problem with publicizing the event, but you definitely shouldn't say the name.
No,
yeah, but
say
when you
his
say
name
when you
or
say the kid's
say
name,
his-
you put
show
his
his
face
picture,
everywhere.
yeah.
Like, no, no one needs to see him. Ever.
Like, you should
Yeah.
focus
I don't
more on
need-
the victims, if
yeah.
anything. Like,
Yeah,
Like,
I do agree with
like
that.
you could release the victims' names. Like, I'm okay with that, but at the same time,
Like,
when,
talk about
when you
how,
release
like,
a number
what
and
the
you
victims
release the
had
guy's
going
the
for 'em.
dude's photo, you're glorifying that.
Yeah,
you should talk about like all the victims and like what they had going for them, and
Yeah.
like how sad that shit is, instead of saying like how poorly the police handled it and like shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
don't.
Do you see the video? It was like a viral video online, but it was like this kid was on his computer playing video games in class. I was, in my mind, like my first thought is Fortnite, but like he's like on his laptop and he fucking dies. Like this always fucking happens. Like slams his laptop and shit. And there's like this kid behind him. He's gangster as fuck. And he's like sitting there and also he's like, dude, he's like, if homie reached for the bag, I'm fucking out. Like, just like you can hear him say it in the video. It's like, that's where it's at right now.
Well, that happened because of the dude that shot up the Madden tournament after he lost in like top
Dude, that
16.
guy was weird.
But the thing is like that, like everyone's like, oh, video games are violent. One, that was a Madden tournament.
Off.
That dude had like major issues like
Dude, he
before
was
that.
weird,
there was a bunch of like signs pointing
weird.
towards.
Have you seen his
doing
interviews?
something.
Like when he would actually play and like he won some and they like interview him afterwards.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was watching. And,
Just like
and
how he
he's very
interviews.
just like he's very just no emotion.
No, he's very like monotone.
yeah,
he's like
yeah.
straight up like just.
Yeah, how about I was cracking the fuck up. I went to go get gas at the 7-Eleven up there on like 3rd Street, and I was pumping my gas, and you know how they have like media pop up on the gas pumps now? It was like in other news today, Fortnite contributes to over 50% of divorces, and I was like, oh my god, dude! I was like,
what?
the fuck
that's a
outta
bullshit
here, dude.
stat.
Every
anyway. That's a
statistic
bullshit
is
stat.
Nah, it was. I don't remember the exact
50% of divorces
statistic.
were
No. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that. But it was some large number of divorces.
I've heard that too.
And I don't know. It was fucking hilarious though. I was like, "Are you shitting me, dude? Like, get the fuck."
Well,
out
it's
of
weird
here."
too. You ever see the videos like in like a small class? Some of like, who loves Fortnite? And all the kids like, I have Fortnite. Like, fuck yeah! Like,
And they start doing the dance.
that's what I'm
They're,
saying.
like,
They're all just
rocking and
getting
shit.
all these kids
What?
are just getting murked.
No,
Yeah,
the
that's
other
been
camera
off.
is
That's
dead.
been off. It's out of memory too. I
Uh,
recorded like 10 minutes and then it shut
Oh,
off.
well,
Yeah.
you know, we know better though.
Dude, yeah.
Just have to get another SD card just for that.
Yeah, I think the one I got now is holding like 32 gigs or something, but it probably had a bunch of pictures on it and shit. But Haley says, "Did y'all get bullied? Y'all get bullied?" I'm not gonna lie. When I was like in elementary school, just because I was so ADHD, I was annoying as fuck. I got bullied in elementary school because I was
you're
annoying
probably a
as
fucking
fuck.
loser. That's why you didn't have any fucking friends.
Yeah,
I feel like I did.
was a little
I feel like- well, I
shithead
feel
in
like-
elementary school.
For the most part, like at some level, you can say there's some level of bullying, but not in the sense of like this kid who's getting shoved up into lockers and like
That
getting-
never
Dude,
happens.
looking-
Kids don't fit in
No,
fucking.
Looking back on it, no, I've seen videos. Kids are getting shoved in
I've seen
lockers.
people.
You seen people getting
Y'all
put in
seen that?
lockers?
Y'all seen that?
That's their fault. Get
Y'all
fucking
seen that
bigger.
video where that kid, the teacher's like unlocking the locker and he gets out and he's like, "Fuck you, Timmy."
Oh, yeah.
He's getting out of the
Yeah.
locker. That shit is.
I
so
feel like
funny.
you can't even do anything with that kid. They can't sit in
And the teacher's
detention
like,
because-
"Whoa."
I would allow.
You saw the, you saw the teacher.
That shit is so
There was that
funny.
one teacher who got in a lot of trouble. He was like setting like a fight. It was like a fight club up in his class where like people come in and just like squash problems. Like that is kind of like it's like fucked up
gives
in
them
its own
boxing
way.
gloves. They gave him boxing
But it's
gloves,
kind
so
of like
here,
its
so-
own thing. Like especially for guys, man. Like that guy mentality is like it's just to fucking scrap it out. Like
Dude,
I'm not
looking back
against
on
like
it
somebody
now,
bullying.
when I got
fucking
bullied in
somebody, like-
elementary school, like I fucking deserved the shit that I got when I was bullied back in elementary school.
For sure.
I remember I used to do something like I remember Brandon Sturdivant used to dude, like Brandon Sturdivant used to bully me back in elementary school, but I would like fuck with him all the time. Like he would always wear like a like bucket hat and shit. And remember we would go out to like the like bucket hat or when we would go out to the blacktop for like playground. And I remember one time I like knocked his bucket hat off in the dust and it was like a brand new hat. It got dusty as like I just did shit like that all the time. I thought it was like funny, but it wasn't fucking
It was
funny.
like in the
That's
same
how
way.
I got bullied. Fun.
I mean,
like,
it is,
the
but
type
like,
of bullying.
it was like a huge. I just did shit
He
that
was
was like
wearing
a
a
huge
bucket
dick
hat.
move.
the type of
Like,
bullying
shit
that I
that's
think
like-
of that's fucked is like Lee Gregory.
Yeah,
You like
yeah.
that type of shit. Like that kid was
But
weird
dude-
and he had his own shit, and like I'm sure like some of it was on his own self, but like he was definitely targeted.
He did a lot of shit,
but he was also
on
fucking
himself.
targeted.
Dude,
hard
remember
as
he
fuck,
called TJ
like-
Ellington the N-word one time in
Yeah,
the
and he
cafeteria? He
got
just beat the
jacked.
shit out.
Yeah.
Like you just
He
can't do shit
jacked.
like that. You can't do
He
shit.
did get
like
jacked
that,
up
dude.
after that one too, and the chicken tender
Jacked.
line, and the fucking
And a lot
and
of
the
it,
chicken tendy line on top of it
God,
too.
you fucking
And-
at the Tendy
That's
giveaway.
what I'm saying,
a lot of
man.
it is like
You
what
don't do
I'm
that shit
saying.
at
You're
the
just
Tendy
at such a
giveaway.
young age.
No.
You just haven't developed like the societal shit. That's just
Dude,
what you do.
Girls,
and don't
girls
do,
is way
you know?
more like psychological bullying. Guys is more physical bullying. So like, I feel like two guys have a problem. I feel like you should say, put the gloves on, scrap it the fuck out, squash it the fuck
Yeah.
out of there, instead of like letting it lead on after that. But you also can't have a fucking giant
Fight
fucking
ring.
crowd of kids. That's what I'm saying. You can't have like 300 people riding
Dude,
around watching
I'll-
getting Timmy get his ass
I will
whooped
never
in the fucking parking
forget
lot.
7th grade. I forget it was Kyrie and Joseph Robes, and
I seen Joseph Rivers get his ass whooped too.
dude,
I don't even know who that is.
Kyrie knocked Mr. Knight got in to break it up, and Mr. Knight was a freaking black belt, and Kyrie knocked Mr. Knight upside the jaw trying to punch Joseph, and everyone was just like, "Whoa!" Like because those two were going at it. We had a giant circle.
Those are big dudes too.
And Kyrie hit Mr. Knight, and then Mr. Knight just grabbed them both and locked them up. And it's like, yo, that's where it got out of hand. But like I remember like every week, like those two were just like at each other. Like Kyrie's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. I remember his brother Shaq was in my chorus class, and I was like, Shaq. He's like, LA, he gonna get it today.
You're
Kyrie's
hosting the stream?
Yeah, I auto hosted.
I just noticed that. I was like,
I told you to put
Dude,
your
I remember
account on auto host
Joseph
'cause
Rose.
I don't have.
Joseph
anybody
Rose was
that
in my
watches
English
these
class
I like maybe,
in
like,
high
two people
school,
that
and he
mention
had like a gram of like some fucking rag pot, and it was like one of those times where like the dogs come into the school and like check it. And I remember it was like him and like Lauren Liddell in my class. They come in like blitzed out of their fucking minds. Like not even like just high. Like you just smell like a fucking gallon of pot. Which is dumb. I always have those people like, oh, you just smell like weed. Like you're fucking so cool.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to smell like weed if you smoke weed. To everybody out there, like you can just smoke and be high and not smell like it. But it's like he sits there and so the dog keys off on a room. So naturally his first instinct is, holy fuck, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? And he had a bottle of like that fucking Polo cologne. He like unscrewed the top, put the weed in the cologne bottle, put it in his bag, and they never got caught.
Dude, my little brother's friend just almost got expelled because he got a kid too high before school.
Damn.
How do you get called for being high on pot? before
He
school?
fucking I greened out, I guess, and was like having like an anxiety attack
Really?
and like was throwing up and shit. And he went to the nurse, and the nurse thought he got poisoned, and she like got the FBI involved.
Oh my fucking gosh, dude.
That's a fucking nightmare, dude.
That's
think about
like
that
worst
kid.
case scenario.
Yeah,
Like
think
you pick,
about
like,
that
kid
kid,
texts
too.
you one day before school, like, "Yo, can you give me a ride to school?" Yeah, sure.
And
Hey, buddy, you
especially
want a dab?
especially in
God
that
damn,
state
dude.
too, you know he's ratting out everybody because
Oh,
he's
for
just
sure,
he's like
dude.
freaking the fuck out. He's like
Only worried
he's
about
like-
himself.
he's like Jimmy fucking gave it to me. He's
it's
like
like, yo-
fucking help me, like freaking
Oh,
the fuck
now-
out. Like
Now kids are getting a fucking
doesn't give a shit,
blowtorch.
just
Kids are getting a
worrying about,
blowtorch
like-
and ripping some fucking shit like
Fatties,
dabs
dude.
that looks like you're smoking heroin before school and you're just high as balls instead of just hitting some fucking shitty ass bud before class.
Yeah,
you know what I
dude.
mean? Like now it's so much
It's
more
another
intense.
level.
Back then you hit a bowl twice, you're like, holy goddamn fuck, I'm shitty fucking high. But like now you hit a dab and you're like, you lose your body, mind, and soul in the
Yeah.
same fucking go
You hit a
around.
dab, it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
dude, I'd rather just hit a dab pen once and I'm cool.
Yeah, but
That's
even
like
even
my-
hitting a
that's my
dab pin's not
go-to.
the same as like actually getting your rig with a fucking blowtorch and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
like
I can't dab.
like as a parent
Really?
as
Fuck
a
that.
parent as a
Dude.
parent who doesn't know about weed and you walk into your room you see a blowtorch and something that looks like you're smoking heroin out of it like because it looks intense.
But if you're
so I
that
never
kid
did
and
it.
you're like you like don't really smoke and you're like with a bunch of kids who do,
That's your first instinct. It's like
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
hey.
you're like,
Dude, that's
okay,
like-
I'll do it.
Yes, and you get wrapped.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
man,
like
this is
Tim
weird.
Mooney when we were living over at Hardin Street and shit. Tim would hit like 4
When
dabs
we were
a day,
living at
dude.
Hardin Street.
Yeah, when we were being shitheads at Hardin Street, basically.
Yeah,
how,
he
how
does.
much rent did you pay? Just wondering.
No, but he was there
Like-
a lot.
I paid utilities, I think.
Oh yeah, fuck you.
But
Did.
dude, that's why
Listen,
even now
dude,
I've
I
never
slept
been
on
to
a
dab.
fucking couch, alright?
That's
You have a
why.
room.
That's why even now I've never been to dabs because
Slept
like
at
one,
Jess's
it's
all
because
summer.
I've never been comfortable with the look of it because it just looks sketchy and it makes me feel sketchy. But you're just so fucking high that it's like,
It's
The
not
en-
enjoyable.
dude, the entire time you're high, you're like, I just wish I wasn't this high.
Yeah,
and if you feel like that, then why are you that high?
I wasn't gonna comment, but like I dabbed for a while, and once you like get the first one, you just can't take a.
It's when you
giant
build a
one.
tolerance
No, but the thing
to
is like people like when they just start dabbing, they take huge ones.
Yeah.
and they get too ripped. You,
You
gotta
build a tolerance
You gotta
to it.
learn,
Well, it's like
understand.
anything, you build a tolerance.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, you're gonna.
You
I'm
do
saying
that,
is you
it's
can't
so
take a
fucking
fat worm your first time and like, yo, I'm gonna rip this. Like,
Yeah.
no, dude.
Well, there's also a thing too, like kids make the
and you
the
don't know the
biggest.
strength, and you always never know the strength of what you're.
Are we
actually
allowed to
taking.
talk about shit like this on Twitch?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. We're talking about. I'm not doing it right now.
But
Yeah,
it, dude,
I
either
just-
way,
I haven't
kids
done it in a long
kids
time.
make the biggest mistake that you can possibly make, and they tell their friend, "Give me a small dab," because the first thing
Rules
you do,
are rules,
that's what I'm saying.
No,
the
you
moment
say,
that,
"Give me
the moment that you
small,"
say
you're
that, you're like, "Yo, like,
getting
all right, seriously, like, give me something small." Your friend's like,
used
"No,
to-
I got you," and then you're just getting wrecked.
Listen,
Dude,
we used,
this
to, we, used to be
motherfucker-
at, we used to be at like the Olympia pool chilling, and then like me and Alec and him would be at the pool, and girls would be like, we're like, let's go like take Jeeps or whatever, and be like, yeah, sure, okay. And, like our
They'd
apartment.
be like, give me a small one.
Like, just
Trevor
give
would
me-
be over here packing
No,
it.
I'd look at Alec and be like,
Literally
like-
no fucking
That's
airflow.
what
Just,
I'm saying, dude.
just like compacting it in the fucking ratchet
What's
top.
fucked, and it's like it's funny as
Literally
shit
as
at the
much
same
as you
time
could.
because you're not gonna kill anybody, but it's like what's fucked is like that's everyone's first instinct when someone says give me something small is to give you the most abnormously large hit you've ever fucking taken in your life just to wreck their world up.
And then you
100%.
still let them think it's a small one.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that was small.
That's what I'm saying. So then the entire time they're on it, they're like, well, fuck, dude, now I can't act like I'm that high because this was small. And then it just fucking runs through their mind. They're like, holy sh-. In the same way, we went out that night and I hit that dab at fucking y'all's place. And I fucking get in my truck and I just throw up all over my goddamn floorboard, all over myself. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, at that point, like, in my mind, I would rather throw up in my truck personally alone in the seclusion of myself than fucking choke my brains out in the fucking room full of people.
I'll do it whatever I can to not throw up in front of people.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I'll swallow that shit. I'll throw up in my mouth, swallow.
I won't swallow it.
Yeah, I'll
once it's
swallow
there,
it.
once it's there for me,
I'll
it's there.
swallow it 1,000%.
There's no puking around it for me. Like if I puke, I'm fucking
I've
sleeping
done that
on the
once
floor.
and then
like,
never
I'm
didn't
down.
have to
I'm
puke.
out.
I am a
It was
pro
weird.
stealth puker.
Oh, it's all, dude.
If you're in a bar and you're just if you just make it look quick, dude, no one says shit.
Oh, I'm a projectiler.
Oh, dude, just like.
So I'm saying, like, see, for me, I can't do it
punch
because
Dude, remember that summer I had that
find a
stomach
little,
ulcer?
find a little opening, go down, like
Grab
I
a
dropped
cup.
my wallet.
We were in Nashville, and I was literally standing right next to the stage where everyone's fucking looking at, and they like called me up on stage to. She was like, "What's your name?" Because I was like being a fucking idiot, like we are at those fucking things.
Wait, when we were in Nashville?
Nah, it was when me and Will and Ethan went, but she like called me up on stage to like hold the fiddle while she was like grinding on me playing the fiddle, and she was like, look, she was like, bartender, buy these motherfuckers a round of shots, and everyone's like, woo!
and you gotta take it.
And
You
of
gotta
course, when I get it, it's fucking Fireball, and
Oh, dude,
I
that's a
was standing
nightmare.
next to the stage and like took it. Grabbed my bourbon and coke that I had in my hand and just put it right next to the stage and walked out.
See, well, a lot of it is
Impressive.
too, man. It's like a lot of people.
Stealthy.
A lot of people will throw up, but it's not because you're too drunk. Like I've had it times where I'll take a shot and it just doesn't fucking sit right. It's not because you're just too fucked up to like maintain yourself, but you'll take like a warm tequila shot that's house. That's bullshit.
Oh, dude, no, those are the worst. Jim Beam does it for me too. I can't do that.
Oh, on that I just won't. I'll refuse it.
Yeah, I
No,
won't.
the
I won't
thing
take
is,
like
the
a.
thing
I'll
is,
just be
it's
like,
like
thanks.
Yeah,
it's
I
bad
won't-
when
yeah.
they don't tell you what it is. Like, yo, just take it.
I always
Oh,
do the
it's
sniff
Fireball.
test.
Take
Before
it.
any
That
shot I
was
ever take,
definitely
I always
Jim Beam.
sniff test. Always fucking sniff test.
Now if it's a
I'll just hand
if
it
it's
off.
a Jaeger
I take a
shot,
Jameson shot, and even though
Oh,
it
yeah.
kills
I'll do
me,
that.
and it
I'll do
hurts,
that.
but
I don't like shoot Jameson. I
it
like
just
drinking.
fucking sucks, dude.
I can't. I don't drink whiskey anymore, dude. Fuck that shit.
I've been.
Dude, remember
high
I
on
had
the
that
Tito's
summer
game for a while.
stomach
I'm
ulcer
straight
that
bourbon.
summer, and I must have thrown
See?
up at least 50 fucking times. Every time we would drink, I would go grab, because that was when we used to videotape each other throwing up all the time, and I would just go grab Trevor and Alec. I'd be like, yo, it's time to go pull trig.
Yeah,
And we just run to the bathroom,
I
and I just throw up.
I
does
still have
that?
some of those videos. We should post them.
Who the hell does
Hell
that?
no,
Dude,
No,
that
if
shit
we're
was
doing
so
that, I
funny.
got a good video.
They're
of
bad.
that.
They're bad.
That shit was so fucking funny.
I'm
that
Matumbo.
stretch of like 4
Jake.
months.
I'm
The fucking
Matumbo.
Matumbo.
My time.
My
bro.
Dallas is passed out in your bathroom floor. I'm gonna
Oh
just say
my
you're
God.
Matumbo.
I was like, say it, dude. He's like, come on, dude.
Come on, man.
Dude, but it was-
minutes.
I was completely
Jake's
fine
dude,
that
you gotta
night
bed.
until-
Pallet.
Y'all
Nah,
came
you
at the
just
end of the
hear
night
him
with the
whimper. He's like, I'm my time.
Oh my god.
We all came out at the end of the night, and then you hit me with a straight. Like if it was a Jaeger bomb, I would have been completely fine. But you hit me with a straight Jaeger shot. And
Yeah,
after that, it was
dude.
just done.
Wrecked him.
Done after that.
How did we get back that night? We didn't Uber.
I remember sitting in the back left seat, hanging out of the window, throwing up all over the car.
Someone drove.
riding
I
back.
don't know who drove back that.
Yeah, I think it was Show. I have that
That's
video.
probably the
I have
worst
that
person,
video
dude.
where you're hanging
Show
out the
me,
window, and I was like, yo,
That's
D, yo,
the
D,
worst
and you turn back
person to
around,
go back.
and you just got tears rolling out of your eyes. You're like, what up?
It was one of those
Yeah,
times.
it's
fucked
It was one of those times too, where like throwing out the
Just like,
window and into the wind,
lights
and the
are
wind's
on.
just blowing your
Yeah,
throw up
dude,
back
lights
in your
are on, but
face.
nobody's
like,
home.
oh,
That
One
was
of those.
fucked.
Lights
it
are
was
on, but
so
nobody's
fucked,
home.
dude.
That's what it
Were you
was.
sitting in the middle?
I think
I'm pretty
so.
sure you riding bitch because Mike was in the
Yeah.
front.
So I was just hitting
beside
one of
you,
these. I was
dude.
tapping him on the shoulder. He just looks back, tears rolling down his face. He's like, "What's up?"
I remember you just
Just
looked back at me,
fucked
just
up, dude.
cracked.
But
Oh
what's so
my
funny too is like
goddamn, dude.
being like outside of that. Say like you're just in a
Come on.
car. Say you're just in a car
Come
driving
on.
down the interstate and you see somebody like fucking collapse out of a window, like 2 arms down, like rah, throwing it. Like you're losing your fucking mind in the driver's seat.
Dude, we went to Southside.
Why do
that
people
night.
do that?
What did she say back to what I said?
She said my mouth is too small.
That's
Wow.
the go-to.
Come on,
It's the fucking.
I said,
go-to.
come on, little feet.
come on, okay,
on.
buddy. Whatever.
All right.
You know.
So I think we should get to the next one.
Is your dad tuning in?
He said his internet is out.
Oh, of course.
I'm sure
I'm
he's.
be honest. That's not
That's
surprising.
like, hey, can I hit your Jewel?
That's
Nah,
what
it's
I'm
dead.
saying. He's got caveman connection there.
Hey, can I hit your Jewel? It's broken.
I'm actually happy he's not there because that motherfucking chat would be blowing up with him just saying.
If he figured out how to use the chat.
Yeah, I don't think he would know how to use it.
I feel like we already talked enough about AI. What's the other subject we got?
No, I was gonna say simulation would be the next one I wanted to we could hit.
Simulation's too easy, dude.
Simulation is not easy at all,
dude.
Yes, it is, man.
Did you even
So what happens when you
All right,
die?
well, let's dive into it.
So what happens
you
when
still
you die?
you still die. It'd be like you dying. It's essentially in the same way we see the world around us is like, all right, we die, and like then we like you have like the perception of like afterlife or whatever the fuck you want to say it comes on after. It would be the same aspect, but like on a computer, you just like wouldn't exist. So it's like in the same way, like a lot of fucking scientists, like Elon Musk, like all these major, like Lawrence Krauss, all of them believe now that like ultimately, odds are we are in a simulation.
I don't say they believe it.
No,
They
I
just
mean,
say-
that's-
No, that,
I mean,
it's
Elon Musk is like super outspoken. He's like, listen, I want y'all to understand that like chances are we're not the first fucking. Because all right, think about this. So think about like as a civilization, you grow to a point where you can create a simulation and simulate the universe.
Yeah, we're
Oh, I know. I
gonna-
saw his fucking comment.
We're grinding. Don't worry about it.
You can so you like get to a point where you can create a fucking simulation of the universe itself. So it's like you get to that point, and then the simulation you have gets to the point where they create a simulation, and it's just a fucking exponential growth all the way. So
and
like
that's what dimensions
dude,
are,
well,
basically.
not even that.
No.
It's not even that. But for us, it's like why are we the first ones to do it? So there's two options. So
Every civilization believes they're the first ones to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're either in the civilization that's the first ones to fucking do it, or we're already in the fucking line of civilizations that have fucking made this fucking civilization.
It's
we're in.
more likely
So,
the latter.
dude, think
that
about this.
we're
So
in.
like,
Like Rick and Morty.
so it's like all right.
battery
the
episode.
the multiverse.
Yeah.
So you have like
Or the
tens.
microverse, miniverse.
When I sent you that video, it was like
Teenyverse.
it was Alex
What is
Jones and Elon Musk. They were like it was like
Miniverse.
comparing what they said in
They all
Joe
have
Rogan
different names
podcast
for
to
them
each
when they
other.
go to the thing.
So it's like think about
It's
the
like, that's
fact
fucking stupid.
that you have like what is it like? I think it's like
peace among worlds.
50 billion neurons that like fire in your brain at all times. So think about in the sense like you have a computer and like every person on the planet is a fucking neuron like that you would have in your brain in a computer that computer is using to learn the tendencies and the thoughts of humans to like be able to predict the future essentially. So like that once it gets to a point where you have like a crystal ball computer that has so much fucking knowledge that it can fucking move it. It's crazy, man. Dallas essentially gun.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to throw the
But it's
GD in
crazy,
there,
man. Like,
Well,
they all think that odds are
actually
like we are in a
yeah.
like who knows? Like who really? No one fucking knows. But it's like if you look like from a statistical standpoint, it's kind of trippy to think about. Like odds are we probably are in a simulation, even though like who knows when
I'll be
we're
honest,
not.
we're
Like,
definitely in a simulation.
I wouldn't say odds are. Like, nobody fucking...
but if you take it in that level,
You have to
like,
look at it that way.
you have to look at it that way exactly. But it's I mean like you still have your like free will, like you still make the decisions you make, you still have the thoughts that you think, but it's those thoughts
just-
are being fed into a computer that's using that to be able to have predicting power in the future. And you have
We're just
7
in-
billion people doing the
We're
same
just
thing.
in a Sims on steroids.
It would be like
Essentially, yeah.
it'd be like a Sims on steroids that computer can use to like in the future have predicting power over what the fuck's gonna happen.
Did you ever see?
Well, see, me and my dad were also talking about that last night, and basically,
Then we need to have your dad in the fucking podcast because he talks about our fucking topics.
well, my dad's a smart dude. We were talking about
Dave.
AI and the difference between humans and AI, and basically why Elon Musk was talking about why AI is such a threat is because AI just plays into logistics. So how far does AI have to go to where, because we as humans develop feelings, like what,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So where does that come into play?
Well,
with
there's like
everything, you know?
I think there's like 2 or 3 types of like artificial intelligence. So there's like what was it like comprehensive intelligence and there's general intelligence where you like develop like feelings and emotions. So like essentially though, like in the same way that before you to make a decision, like most people like you weigh the odds on like what you should do and like the ramifications of the decision, stuff like that. That computer can do it the same way, but way faster than you can. So ultimately, in the same way you think you make the decision that's like statistically the best decision for you, that computer would do the same fucking thing.
But a
You know
million
what I
times
mean?
faster.
But a million times fucking faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you would still so like even like so as far as like putting it back to the simulation thing, like so you have a computer, so like every decision you make, weighing the odds back and forth, doing it, it has your perception, then it now has another 7 billion people living entirely different lives, their perceptions in a different circumstance, making decisions based on the things that they know and progressing it forward. So like as far as like predicting power, like think about how many things that it can reference to make a decision because of everything that it knows
In a
at
matter
that
of
point.
seconds.
In a matter of fucking seconds.
That's why he's saying once
Absurd.
once it happens, like it's just the dam's gonna break.
Well, it's like a lot of what they've said too is like the distance between what it takes to get a computer who has the intelligence of an ant from the distance to get a computer that has the intelligence of an ant to a squirrel is a fucking massive leap. Because it's just it doesn't seem like it, but it's a lot different.
So going off of everything what we're saying, what's really trippy to think about is what is the origin? What's the origin of it all? If that's true.
Who knows, man?
No, it's like
Who knows?
we talked about it like probably a few days ago. It's
is there no
so like
origin?
let's say if we actually are in a simulation, the true question is what or who or what created it and why? What was the purpose to create the simulation?
they were bored.
Like, I mean, that very well could be the
Dude,
purpose.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said like it could be a kid in a
what's the
basement in
purpose of
someone's
us
house
creating
in
AI?
some fucking real world that's created a simulation that we're all living in.
No, I know.
Which is weird because if you think about it, it's like for people who want to talk about the difference between like faith and science, but like so it's easier for you to believe that a kid in his basement created a simulation that we all exist in than to believe in that a omnipotent God created us. Which I mean, the same level of
essentially
faith.
that kid
the same-
is your
Whoa,
omnipotent
rewind.
God.
What did you
So,
say?
like,
He said
so
omnipotent.
Neil deGrasse
He meant
Tyson-
omniscient.
I'm trying to smoke.
omniscient, yeah. But like that's Neil deGrasse. That's like a quote from him. It's like we could essentially be a kid in his basement in his house, create a simulation that we're all living in. But it's like, is it that much far fetched to say that, or to say that a fucking God created everybody? You know what I mean? At that point, there's still a level of faith. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like those are two fucking stretches at the same time.
Yeah.
Like. But I think that like, and what I was saying is like the distance between a computer that has intelligence of an ant to the computer that has intelligence of a squirrel is a massive amount because the level of cognition is so much different. But by the time it has the intelligence of a human, by the time it has the intelligence of like Cole Helms, which is a dumb as fuck human, to the time it has the intelligence of Einstein is nothing.
Yeah, we can't be shouting.
But
names.
dude,
I mean, listen, that
You've been
motherfucker
shouting names
has
all
never
night,
seen
dude.
internet in his life. He doesn't know.
You've been shouting names all night.
Yes.
No, here's
But it's like that jump is not nearly as much at that
how
point.
do you know an ant's dumber than a squirrel?
That's just as far as like cognition. I mean, that's just what.
But how would you know an ant's dumber than a squirrel though?
Ants are smart, bro.
I feel like
It's all instinctual. It's all instinctual. I mean, you have to think about this. Ants live in a hive mind. Squirrels actually have like relationships and have partners and mate and do their thing. Like the level of
Ants
intelligence
do too.
is
Ants
the
do
level
too,
in-
but it's more on
the level of
wide
intelligence.
scale.
They make decisions. Like ant does not going to not do something because it's going to die. A squirrel will not do something because it's going to die. Like that
No,
level,
I
that level of
get that.
cognition is
I
like
get
is radically
that. I
different.
get
But the level of cognition
Dude,
between
ants
Cole
will
Helms
do
and
shit
Einstein
like
is
that,
not
but
that
they
much.
don't. They just don't do it on a personal level. It's for the. It's
No,
for the
dude,
herd,
no.
you
You
know?
could
that's the
squish
thing,
one
though.
line of ants, they're gonna go in the same damn direction unless your foot's still.
It is, but
Dude,
that's
like
the difference.
ants when they congregate and shit, like you can have a ball full of ants and you can put like thousands of pounds of pressure on them. You can't fucking.
Well, it's
squish
like
them.
you can push them
that's just them
in
being
the
strong.
water. In the water, you can push down the water and they float back. And it's like hives
crazy,
will like
bro. Fucking
congregate over the water and
ants.
they'll float down the river and stuff.
ants.
But it's like
Bees and
the time it would
bees,
take
man.
to get from an
Insects
ant to a
are
squirrel,
fucking nuts.
the time it takes from an ant to a
Crazy.
squirrel to Cole
I mean,
Helms to
come on.
Einstein is not even comparable. Like it would do from Cole to fucking Einstein in a matter of a week
That's
when
the
it would
dark
take
arts.
years for it to advance to that level.
Ants are the dark arts,
Dude,
man.
my thing is once it gets to Einstein, what the fuck is the next step?
past that.
What's the next step?
That's
I
I
man?
feel like you're.
What's the next step? Like you can't, like you can't even. I feel like it's hard to even think about because it's so fucking foreign for a human mind to even comprehend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why, like, once it gets to
why
that
we need to
point,
merge
it's
the
wild.
AI.
If the AI were to
Seen
get
the Rick and Morty.
the
theory.
Einstein
Rick is
level of intelligence, I feel like its next
He's
step,
the what of
the
it?
AI's
descendant
next
of
step
Albert
is going
Einstein.
to be
I've heard
Oh,
that
no.
in the show before.
Yes,
like, and I'm not even saying like Einstein was like, oh, that level, but like I feel like when you get to a certain,
But I feel like
level
he kinda
of
was.
when you get to a certain point of genius, the only thing next is to truly know everything about everything.
I mean, and I feel like, and the thing is too, like over time, like computer doesn't get tired. It can work 24 hours a day doing the same thing, and like the amount of calculations that a computer can run in fucking 2 minutes would take you years and years and years to run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it gets to a point where like once you get past that line of no return, that like the actual growth of what it can maintain and grow is something that's not even feasible for you to be able to comprehend as a human
What's a
being.
goon to a goblin?
But
It's a goon to a
you're
fucking
saying
goblin.
Y'all heard the Carter 5? Y'all listen to Carter 5?
Let's do it a little bit, not enough to comment on it yet.
No, it's not that great.
I'm just not a big fan of Wayne anymore.
I think it's better than his past stuff so far. But I'm
I mean,
I'm not
ultimately,
deep
in
enough
my
into it.
mind, even I haven't listened to the whole album, Wayne's just grasping at straws, trying to make some money. He's trying to set himself up, be good. Just what it is.
I was
But
disappointed.
it's not because it's gonna be relevant again.
I was disappointed that the first track didn't start with a lighter flick. I was kind of disappointed.
I mean, Lil Wayne's never gonna be like, oh, it's not. Lil Wayne's not gonna revitalize his career.
Like I feel like if he would have came out with something with some heat, like the opening track is like a voicemail from his mother that she left him, basically saying she loved him, she was proud of him, this, that, and the other. If number 2 would have started with a voicemail ending in a lighter flick, like
Well, it started out with X on it, and I was like, dude. I was like,
I
I can
feel like-
already
I feel
tell.
like you're doing that. You're just
I can
kind of
already-
playing into.
I was like, I can already tell the direction this album's going in.
you're just kind
well,
of.
I mean,
playing
dude,
into
my
something
thing
there,
is, is Lil Wayne gonna be super relevant in rap and
Yes.
hip hop the way he
No,
was?
yes.
He's not.
Not
He's not gonna be
no
like
as
every
a
other-
figure, as a
He'll
figure.
start his
As a,
always.
yeah, he's a figure.
Started
As in, like, yeah, he's still Lil Wayne, but he's
All
not going to be this guy that everyone's just riding around bumping
every
the parts.
every
He's not
rapper
gonna
these
revitalize
days,
his career.
every rapper these days
That's
that you
that.
talk to, every
Yeah,
rapper
You
you'll
don't ride
talk
around
to,
bumming Dr. Dre in your car.
That's exactly.
every rapper
You don't-
these
it's the
days
same way,
will
like,
acknowledge
how much
that they were
Jay-Z do you
influenced
listen
by
to
Lil
like
Wayne.
that?
I
You
listen
don't.
To, I listen
You
to
fucking
Jay-Z.
don't.
When I put my Spotify on shuffle, I have so much music. When Jay-Z pops up, I'm
Every rapper these days will acknowledge that Lil Wayne has influenced them in a massive
Oh,
way.
for sure, but he's
Every
not
rapper.
relevant in the sense he's putting out hits that everyone's just
probably
gonna be
top
riding
5
around
when
and
it comes
fucking
to
bumping in their car
influencers
with their
in the
windows
hip-hop game.
just cracked enough where you can see their eyes and nothing left else. In
I
their
thought it
face.
was dope on the album though. He
back
he throws in a clip of Obama.
I'm not- oh,
Obama
yeah.
has that speech and he's like,
he's
he's
like,
like-
nice jump shot.
yeah, kid's got a nice jump shot or a nice flow, but not every kid can be Lil Wayne or LeBron. He threw that Obama clip in there. I was like, oh, it's pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
But it's like there's like a new age, like especially in like the younger generation, like Drake is that fucking Lil Wayne.
Mm.
Especially to the kids, like I think Drake is a little bit fucking corny, to be honest with you.
Any
now.
of y'all
Like,
listen out there?
but like
Y'all like
all the
Carter
kids,
5?
like
Dude,
all those
I like
kids'
old
favorite
school
I want
rapper
to see
is
some
Drake.
comments in the chat.
He has some fucking comments. God,
Chat's
damn.
gone silent. I don't like it.
Well, Stankin's not been throttling
Yeah,
it,
dude,
dude.
it's fucking shit's just getting played the fuck out. I think we just fucking quit for good. If we don't get a follow in the next 10 minutes, we're not fucking doing this podcast.
Well, that's obviously a lie.
No, that's what I'm
Don't-
saying. No one else will be like, fine, then we ain't fucking
Don't-
come in
don't
shit.
bother.
Dude, I went to Sway today and he was like, yo, you didn't send me that beat. I was like, listen, dog, you were posting on Instagram that you fucking quit. I was like, I'm not gonna send you beats if you say you quit. And he's like, honestly, I kind of just did that for publicity. So I was like,
What
that's
kind
fucking
of?
Sway, dude.
I'm sorry, but like, what kind of publicity is he getting to like for that to be a
He
publicity stunt?
he said after he did it, a bunch of people started inboxing him. Were like, "Yo, don't quit. Like they were like, I'll send you a beat or something."
He's just wanting
Like,
people to like
yeah.
feel sympathy for him at that point. Like,
Well, I feel like he just wants support, and
I'm not
and he
hating.
loves it, and he's passionate
I'm
about
not
it.
hating,
And
but
like,
like at the same time, like if you're gonna pursue something,
Yeah.
and your whole thing is, oh, they're not interested in me, I can't pursue it anymore. I gotta generate attention. You don't need
Sway's
to be
thing
pursuing
is,
that
though,
anyway. 'Cause you're going
is-
at it about the wrong way. Like if you're truly passionate about something, fuck what people think about it. Fuck what people are gonna say about
Well,
you.
dude, Sway's
Just
really like
grind.
that. So you can say a lot about Sway, but he doesn't give a fuck what people.
No, I know,
He
but
really
like,
doesn't.
but like, obviously, if you're
But
posting
Sway's
something-
thing is he's got a family. He's a huge family man, and I feel
He
like
is.
that will like he'll never grind music.
But-
Well, he does grind music, but he'll never grind it to the point because I mean it's understandable. He's got a family.
But
to
yeah,
look after,
but do you get what I'm saying?
saying?
Like if he wasn't trying to get some sort of like, some sympathy like shots and feedback, why would he post, oh, I'm quitting? You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna quit something, just quit it. Don't
but
you
at
don't
the
have to
same
still
time,
broadcast it.
does not every
was
major
more- it
rapper
was
create
more he was-
controversy around them to like?
Yeah,
get
it was
people to come in?
more. He was just
MGK.
He was just ranting. He,
No,
he did one of those posts. He was just
get
ranting.
that.
MGK, fucking
okay,
Kanye,
but MGK
like-
is also on the map. Like you're not on the map yet, and you're like basically for you, it's a hobby. Like
It's true.
If you're gonna quit a hobby, if you're truly gonna quit a hobby, like you're not gonna like. I like playing video games. I also like streaming them. If I was gonna quit it, I'm not gonna go post about, oh, I quit. I'm done streaming. Like no, fuck that. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Like, or I'm not gonna
It's
play.
true.
video
If you
games
had a
anymore.
little
Well, everybody's
following, though,
different.
it might motivate some people to be like, "Oh, don't quit, don't
No,
quit." You know
like
what I'm
if I had a
saying?
little following, like if I had like 20 people, I would probably like interact with them on a personal level, where I could shoot
Yeah.
them a message like, "Hey, I'm really sorry."
yeah, like
They'll
I'm
say
getting
this, but like
I'm getting discouraged
no,
about it.
I
and
wouldn't even
stuff.
say discouraged. I'm like, I'm gonna take this time to pursue other avenues.
Yeah,
So I probably won't.
Also,
be
that
honest.
being said, your some of your YouTube beats just kind of I think I'm pretty sure it surpassed 400 views. So if
Yeah,
you're listening
yeah.
right now, go check out our fucking
Yeah,
YouTube
it's one of
page at the
our,
Breaker Box. Listen to some of the beats produced by Lost, and they're pretty dope. Just
yeah,
check
that's
it out.
our that's
They're
what
dope.
that Brockhampton type beat I
It is, it's
posted.
the
That's
most
like our
viewed.
most viewed.
You're
Dude,
our
I
second.
don't-
The other
I need to start
I
posting
don't get
more
that.
beats.
It's
I
got
don't
the
get
word
the hype.
Brockhampton in the title.
I don't
Yeah.
get the hype of Brockhampton. I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't even think I've listened to a Brockhampton
I've
song.
never
Yes,
listened
you
to a
have.
song.
Yeah,
I'd say I have
yeah,
with
you
like
can.
out knowing that it's like that's.
I've
who it
definitely
is.
put one
They're
on
dope.
when you've been around.
I've
They're
not.
dope. I like them, dude. They're really they just got a lot of talent in their group. Really,
I don't even know who they are. I don't know what they're about. Like, I don't get it.
They're sick.
I see people posting.
yeah,
them,
they're
man.
dope.
But those beats you did post are actually sick as fuck.
I listened to Kodak's new song he put out.
I'm not a fan of Kodak, man. I just think he's corny as fuck.
Dude,
my
my brother put me on
I
Kodak.
can't fuck with him.
My
man.
brother put
like,
me
his
on
voice
Dude,
is not.
I could be posting beats every other night, but I just get a beat and I'm like, oh, I could do something with this. That's why I don't post it on there. I need to just start posting more shit. Like, fuck it.
I still think that you should come out with an album.
I'm working on
You
it.
definitely
though.
should, 'cause
I'm
I
just,
think the
dude. I'm
album's
such a
dope.
perfectionist. Like, I just want to get. My thing though, dude, is I just feel like people put out trash shit, and I just don't want to put out an album until every fucking song on it. Like, I hate when an artist will put out an album and they just have like a clutter song on there. It's just another song to fuel to get
Like a filler
to get,
song?
Yeah, exactly. To be like, oh, I need 10 songs, so I'll just throw like 2 on there.
We talked about this.
I hate that shit.
last
I don't like
weekend
that.
about how truly great albums have a natural flow to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And like when
exactly.
when an album doesn't have that flow, you can honestly tell like which
Yeah.
songs should have been together and which songs should have been after each other.
Like when rappers say they got like, oh, I've got like 500 songs ready to release.
Yeah, because they're just throwing junk in there. They might have 500 songs, but 5 good ones. Like they say most albums that people put out are like if someone puts out a 12-track album, there probably were 20 to like 28 tracks on that album.
Well, I mean,
originally,
some people
and they
just
trimmed it down.
got it. Like Kendrick put out that album of like throwaway beats, and that album was still sick.
Yeah.
Kendrick's just got it. He's the best in the fucking game.
It is, but like I think at the same time, like not even being like, and I mean maybe I'm like in a way biased because like obviously I am your boy, but like that like the one beat you put out, like I said that I wasn't that much of a fan of it, like, but I did. It's like on a consistent level, all the shit that you make is dope, and that will bump it.
Well, that's
like,
why I put it out, is because it was a dope beat, but it just wasn't for me. It was for something that
like me and you have
have
talked about like a lot of the, and if you've listened to any of the songs in the YouTube channel, it's like me and Jake kind of said it too. Like it's hard to understand lyrically what is being said, but I feel like that's kind of the point.
Trevor
behind
doesn't
it.
like that.
I love it because I feel like it's not about.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just like people, if
It is
as a publicity.
yeah,
thing,
and I get it, but I feel like
I don't know.
I mean, I fuck
mumble
with it.
rap.
I feel like when you,
I
I feel like when you can't
Yeah, that's
understand,
different.
like I feel like it's super sick that like the lyrics are up to the listener's interpretation. Like I feel like you create your own fucking lyrics. Like it's almost like you look at a weird piece of art and you have your own interpretation of
It's
the
abstract
fucking.
in a way.
You know what I mean?
Change your name to Picasso.
It is, dude. Well, it's like I feel like that's kind of sick. So like your song could mean something entirely different to someone else than it does to the average person because
Yeah,
they just
I like that
interpret.
too.
I think that's kind of sick. I feel like it brings like a different type of art to the. Because I guess it's like mumble in a way, but it's more mumble than mumble in a way.
Yeah.
At the
It's
same
more-
time.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not.
you're-
It's
you're-
not
you're
like,
like on a
I was
gibberish Tame
extenuating my
Impala type
words.
feel.
It's just more the effects I put on my voice. 'Cause,
It's like Tame
that's-
Impala gibberish.
yeah. It wasn't even. I don't gibber on my.
But I think
songs.
the beats are sick,
No,
man.
It's
dude.
just
Like you, like
Tame
just
Impala.
sitting
You
here,
have to really listen to what he's
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
and stuff.
but like, dude, just
There-
sitting here
I-
on the
I-
fucking keyboard, like making some shit. We were in here the other day. Like, there's some shit that you make that's like, you can just feel your fucking head just kind of start.
Dude,
to
our
fucking vibe with it, man.
our landlord holding one in there, and she was going, oh, it's the rap guy, and Holden was like, nah, that wasn't me, and she was like, oh, that wasn't you. He was like, yeah, that was my roommate, and she was like, I like what I was hearing though. I was like, she could hear it down the hall,
Yeah,
and
that's kinda dope.
she was like, y'all got some good stuff coming out of there.
It's sick, man. Like that's why like a lot
That's
of like
funny,
dude,
shit.
like there's only
I told
been
you need to just hand your shit out to those people that stand out there.
they'd
And
probably
tell
bump it.
those people that
They'd
sit
bump
out there
it.
on the fucking
play it.
stoop to
Listen.
fucking watch this shit, and they
I still
will.
think we should do the
they
fucking.
fucking love you guys.
I
like,
still
when you
think we
walk
should
out
do
there.
the homeless cast.
No, dude.
feel like we should find a way
I
to do a
told
homeless
you,
cast.
homeless Jeopardy. That's how we gotta do it.
Well, hold
We
on,
gotta
hold
make
on.
we gotta make a game show about it. Homeless
All
Jeopardy.
right, let's wrap it up.
Let's
wrap it up with Homeless Jeopardy. Tell us what Homeless Jeopardy
So
would be.
basically, what we just get a camera. It'd just be like a YouTube series.
Okay.
We'd get a camera. We'd film it. We just go out there.
Got a camera.
Go out there with a microphone and walk up to random homeless people and say, "Listen, you got 5 questions. You get X amount right. We're gonna buy you a hot dog. We'll buy you a snack."
Bring our boy John.
I'll buy him a tall boy. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
ultimately,
buy you a
bring
tall
him-
boy.
No, we gotta bring
Okay.
John business.
Yeah, no, we'll bring
I
John
like
some
that.
business. Yeah, we do it. We do it
John's
late. We can do it
business.
late night or something.
John
like
can be a
that.
host or something.
Yeah, dude, and we should shout
He's too
out
busy
John.
for that.
Dude, we could just we could stand by the hot dog
He's a busy
stand and
guy.
You know
just
what I'm saying?
interpret it and get
You know what
his
I'm saying?
business.
Hey,
getting a
listen,
fucking hot
look,
dog.
listen. We got 5 questions. You get 3 out of 5 correct, and we could ask them just dumbass questions, like something like so fucking stupid. And if I don't know, I haven't brainstormed questions yet, but that like things like that. Or you
I want to ask him like theoretical
Is
physics
Africa
questions.
a country or a continent?
Oh, dude. I mean, like you could ask him stuff like that.
That's the type of questions you should probably ask, though.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm dead
100%.
serious. And like 9 times out of 10, they will probably not even answer the question and just give like some long form thing of like grabbing the microphone trying to say some dumb shit.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's just gonna be pure comedy. Like at least I think so.
Mhm.
I think people
Now you
would really
might
fuck with that.
have some dry takes on it, but like that's why you hit like 50 people. You hit like maybe 10 people in a night, and you're gonna crunch that down to like your best like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I feel like we could definitely do it. I just don't know how, like, equipment wise, we'd go out there and like do it the right way.
Dude, we would get
We'd
it.
figure it
Trust,
out.
trust. We'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Because like we'd have to have like I guess a mic.
All we
It's
gotta
like
do is
a portable mic.
get a mic, portable mic, and a
Oh,
gorilla pod.
Overdrive's back in the chat. What's good, Overdrive?
Yo, over fucking drive.
A gorilla
What's up?
pod and like just
Drive?
a okay microphone.
Overdrive.
That's all we need.
Ask Overdrive. Hey, what does Overdrive think about the fucking homeless cast?
No, it's
Overdrive.
Homeless
Do you hear
Jeopardy.
what we said about Homeless Jeopardy? You think
Homeless
that'd be a good
Jeopardy,
idea?
it
Some
could be
good
lit.
comedy.
I think it'd be funny, man, because these people are gonna say
We're not gonna be able to live
We
stream
got a
it, so
lot
it's
of
gonna be up on
homeless around
YouTube.
here,
But
man.
if we could figure out
Yeah.
the live stream, maybe off of my hotspot or something. Yeah, that'd be
Is that
fun.
how we'd have to do? Is like off a hotspot if we did
Yeah.
it?
I-
Like
I
we'd have to
don't
buy a
think we
rig.
could do a
that?
lot.
Or would you not have the bandwidth
I-
to do it like that? I
No,
don't
you
think
could.
live.
Yeah,
Would not be
yeah,
live.
yeah,
though.
wait.
I think it would be. I mean, I think it'd be better to edit it anyway, because then we
That'll
can
be
kind of weed
cleaner.
out.
We
the,
can put some graphics in there. We can give them
Yeah.
homeless people
Yeah.
nicknames. Ashy Larry. Like some shit.
Yeah, like, I imagine like a homeless person says a good answer, and there's just like a fucking explosion happens behind
Nah,
them.
we
It's
gotta
like,
get my dog Spin Cycle out there. This dude, he goes like this. He's like, "Can I get some change?" He just goes in a
Listen,
circle.
man,
I'm
yes,
like, "That's
it's
my
fine."
dog."
Dude, I think
Spin
we should
Cycle.
go out there with a Food Lion bag of like Tall Boys or something like that, and fucking that's the ultimately response wise, that's the biggest response, and they will fucking suck a dick for a fucking tall boy out there if they need it, and
Oh
they're gonna
my
go for an
God.
answer after that.
Wrap it up. I gotta call my brother.
That's what I think. That's what I think we should
That'd
do.
be hilarious.
Yep. Overdrive. We're wrapping it up right now. Wish we would have came earlier, but if you want to catch more of it, we're gonna throw it up on YouTube here in the next couple of days.
Check it out.
Yeah,
The
make
sure-
Breaker
yeah.
Box.
Make sure you're
Yeah.
subscribing to the YouTube channel
Yeah.
and following us on Instagram.
And we're most
at The
we're
Breaker
most
Box.
active on our Instagram. So anybody out there listening, go follow at the Breaker,
The Breaker
Box.
Box, right?
And yeah, we post a lot on there.
Just like this week.
We interact with our followers on there a lot. DMs, we comment on stuff. We like post topics. So.
Yay, and check out Swagless McGee as well on Insta.
Homeless Jeopardy would yield the same insane dumb answers as if you asked the random people.
We probably would.
Yeah,
like,
that
in the
too.
same way you would
That
get if you
too.
went to the
It
It
bar.
is basically
But-
man on the street.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, I feel like when they name it Homeless Jeopardy, we're kind of just got to go with the homeless crowd, and I think it'd be funny.
we're just helping them out.
Yeah, we're giving them exposure, man. Maybe they can get enough change to get a bus
They're just
ticket. and
getting
head
Dude,
to-
them
I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to give one a tall boy and be like, if you can shotgun this tall boy in 3
Give him-
seconds.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Like,
If
see
you
what you can
shotgun
do.
this tall boy in 3 seconds, I'll
You know what I mean?
buy it.
That way,
Get
like,
you another one.
ultimately, like, the repercussions are on them if they get caught. Like, that was his fucking tall boy.
Okay, shit.
But it's, you know what I mean? But it's like a fucking sense of, like, let's go. But, like I said, it's been a good one, guys. I'm sure we'll be back probably sometime next week. Check out our Instagram at The Breaker Box.
Yeah. I honestly think
we need to get a little more
I thi-
active.
Yeah.
I think we
I think we should
do
too.
also during the week if we can. We really need to bust it out. I'll come down to Fort Mill and I think we need to do a cast
I'd be
during the
down.
week.
I'd be
That's
down.
fine.
Because
to
there's just a lot more people on Twitch during the week. You know, people are just sitting at
Weekends are
home
fine.
after work
Weekends
or
are more
something.
like
You know,
going
I
out
feel
and
like we just need to make an effort to do it once during the week. I'll come down to Fort Mill. We can do it somewhere in Fort Mill. We'll figure it out.
I'd be down to do it.
You know,
So, peace out, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
it was a good stream. Y'all have a
Let's
good
go.
one.
Thanks
Peace
for tuning
out.
in.
Peace out, Overdrive. Thanks for coming back.